Across the battlefield, the S-rank adventurers were known as warriors with immense power. Their actions could influence nations, defeat powerful enemies, and reshape the course of history. Among those legendary figures, one name stood above many others: Egil Volts. Renowned for his strength and achievements, Egil earned respect throughout the continent. His reputation spread far beyond the lands where he fought, making him one of the most recognized adventurers of his era. Meanwhile, a slave auction was taking place in the town of Krishna. Wealthy buyers filled the hall as captives were presented on stage. One young slave was sold for an enormous sum of 420,000 gold. From the audience, a masked man observed the proceedings with interest. Nearby, traders completed their transactions, while newly purchased slaves stood in chains. The auction continued as buyers evaluated their acquisitions and discussed future plans. Not long afterward, Egil arrived at the venue and quietly watched the scene before him. Unlike many of the spectators, he showed little enthusiasm for the trade taking place. Standing among the crowd, he looked toward a chained girl and reflected on the cruelty surrounding the auction. Inside the auction building, Egil listened as his companion questioned why he had come to such a place. Rather than showing interest in the event, he admitted that he disliked slavery and felt uncomfortable watching people being treated as property. As they moved through the hall, the discussion continued. Egil explained that buying and selling human beings disgusted him. Although his companion pointed out that slaves were often used for labor, the conversation then shifted to one of Egil's recent accomplishments. A difficult quest involving a powerful monster was mentioned, a task so dangerous that even the client had nearly abandoned hope. Deep within ancient ruins, the enormous creature had become a threat that few dared to challenge. Instead of relying on a team, Egil confronted the beast alone. With remarkable speed, he rushed forward and struck before the monster could react. The attack demonstrated why his name was respected across the continent. Moments later, the battle ended decisively. The giant creature collapsed after being overwhelmed by Egil's strength and skill, while his companion praised the achievement and admired him even more. Egil remained calm and uninterested in compliments. After hearing repeated praise from his companion, Egil quickly lost interest in the conversation. The compliments only made him more uncomfortable, and he tried to end the discussion. While his companion continued teasing him, Egil firmly made it clear that he had no interest in such attention. Before the exchange could continue any further, the auctioneer announced the final lot of the day. The room gradually grew quieter as the audience turned their attention toward the stage, waiting to see what kind of slave would appear next. A young woman was then brought before the crowd in chains. Despite being only 20 years old, she attracted immediate interest from the buyers. More details about the woman soon followed. She had once been an adventurer, making her different from many of the slaves presented earlier. The announcement caused greater curiosity among the audience, while Egil silently observed the stage from his position near the crowd. As the woman stepped forward, Egil finally got a clear look at her face. Long silver hair framed her calm expression, and the chains around her neck and wrists contrasted sharply with her noble appearance. Former adventurer stood on the stage. Her eyes briefly met Egil's for a moment. Both seemed surprised by the encounter. While the crowd viewed her as merchandise, she looked at him with quiet curiosity. The auction soon began in earnest. Wealthy nobles and merchants filled the hall, carefully examining the final lot of the day. Standing beside the auctioneer, the chained woman endured countless stares as her value was presented to the audience. Bidding escalated almost immediately. Starting at 6 million gold, the price continued to climb as buyers competed against one another. One offer followed another, pushing the amount higher while excitement spread throughout the room. Before long, the bids reached 8 million gold. Even the masked man was astonished by the figure, and remarked that such wealth could purchase an entire mansion. Nevertheless, the competition showed no sign of slowing down. Just as the crowd expected another wealthy bidder to take the lead, Egil calmly raised his hand. Silence swept across the hall as everyone turned toward him. Shock appeared on the faces of the spectators, the masked man, and even the woman on the stage. The bidding war continued to intensify as wealthy buyers competed for the former adventurer. One offer after another pushed the price higher until Egil calmly raised the amount to 13 million gold. With no further offers coming from the crowd, the auctioneer quickly finalized the sale. The gavel struck the podium, officially declaring the woman sold to bidder number 39 for 13 million gold. Later, after leaving the auction house, the young woman politely introduced herself as Eleanor. She thanked Egil for purchasing her and walked beside him through the town. Although she spoke respectfully, her attention soon shifted to the large amount of gold he had spent. As they traveled through the busy streets, Eleanor questioned several of Egil's decisions. She wondered why he had agreed to certain conditions during the auction, and why he seemed willing to lose money so easily. In response, Egil listened quietly while continuing forward. A playful smile appeared on Eleanor's face as she revealed what had originally been on her mind. Before meeting Egil, she had considered escaping with the money connected to her sale. As they continued through the city, Eleanor admitted that Egil was not the kind of person she had expected to meet. Her earlier assumptions had proven wrong, and she no longer viewed him the same way. After a brief pause, Eleanor gathered her courage and asked for a favor. The request seemed important, judging by the seriousness in her expression. Curious about what she wanted, Egil stopped and gave her his full attention. The favor turned out to be far more shocking than he anticipated. Rather than asking for freedom, money, or protection, Eleanor pleaded for help in killing her childhood friend. The unexpected request left Egil completely stunned and searching for an explanation. Before revealing the details, Eleanor introduced herself properly. She disclosed her full name, and then revealed a secret that changed everything. Far from being an ordinary adventurer, she was actually the third princess of the Cornelia kingdom. With her true identity finally exposed, Eleanor began explaining how her life had fallen apart. A trusted childhood friend had betrayed her and delivered her into the hands of slave traders. The kingdom of Cornelia faced growing tension as the royal succession ceremony approached. Questions about who would inherit the throne spread throughout the kingdom, drawing the attention of nobles and citizens alike. Among the royal family was Princess Muselina, who had two older sisters ahead of her in the line of succession. Since the kingdom expected the husband of the first princess to inherit the throne, she believed the matter had already been settled. Despite her intentions, the king later announced that the man Muselina would marry should become the successor. Refusing to accept such a role, she formally rejected the decision, rather than remain trapped by the expectations placed upon her. She secretly left the palace and escaped from royal life. Freedom brought a different path. During her travels, Muselina met 3 companions and became an adventurer alongside them. Numerous battles and dangerous journeys followed. Yet their teamwork allowed them to overcome every obstacle. Years of adventure seemed peaceful until her birthday arrived. Blindfolded and guided by her trusted friends toward a special surprise, Muselina remained unaware that a turning point in her life was about to begin. Muselina sat patiently with a blindfold covering her eyes, while one of her companions guided her into a room. Excitement filled her heart as she waited for the birthday surprise they had promised. A gift was carefully placed around her neck as everyone celebrated her birthday. Believing it to be a thoughtful present, Muselina smiled with gratitude. The atmosphere seemed warm and friendly. Moments later, confusion replaced her happiness. After touching the object around her neck, she realized it was not ordinary jewelry, but a slave collar. Shock spread across her face as the truth became impossible to ignore. Fear quickly turned into panic when a slave trader stepped forward and claimed ownership over her. At the same time, Muselina noticed that her companions showed no intention of helping her. A terrible suspicion formed in her mind as she considered the possibility that her trusted friends had betrayed her for money or influence. Desperation overwhelmed her as chains tightened around her neck. While she cried out for help, a dark figure suddenly appeared from behind. The unexpected arrival interrupted the trader's plans. After learning the full truth behind her betrayal, Muselina explained everything to the adventurer who had saved her. The scheme had been carefully planned, involving both her sisters and the companions she once trusted. Although the memories filled her with pain, her desire for justice remained stronger than ever. The burden she carried was far heavier than betrayal alone. Following her capture, Muselina had endured constant fear and humiliation as a slave. Each day brought uncertainty. Recalling those dark experiences caused her emotions to overflow. Terror had followed her every day, leaving wounds that could not easily heal. Yet her fate changed when the adventurer intervened. Seeing her struggle, the man finally accepted her request. He stepped closer and reassured her through his actions, putting an end to her doubts. His decision gave her hope that she would not have to face the future alone. Only then did he introduce himself as Egil. Hearing his name, Muselina looked at him with surprise and gratitude. For the first time since her betrayal, a new path began to open before her. From that day forward, Egil made a silent promise to himself. After witnessing Muselina's suffering and learning about the betrayal she had endured, he resolved never to let such sadness appear on her face again. Time passed peacefully as Muselina settled into a safer life. One evening, she proudly showed Egil a new dress and waited for his opinion. Seeing her confidence return brought a sense of relief. Inside their home, Egil revealed a device capable of removing her slave collar. Since her freedom had already been secured, there was no longer any practical reason to keep it. He calmly offered to remove it immediately, believing she deserved to leave her painful past behind completely, instead of accepting right away. Muselina listened as Egil explained his outlook on trust. Even after hearing her story of betrayal, he still believed it was better to trust others than to live in constant suspicion. Those thoughts left a strong impression on Muselina. Rather than feeling fear, she felt reassured by his sincerity. Smiling gently beside him, she decided there was no need to remove the collar yet. Muselina's trust in Egil continued to grow. Grateful for everything he had done, she became determined to support him however she could. While Egil remained focused on helping her recover. Later that day, Egil prepared to take a bath and hoped to relax after recent events. The peaceful atmosphere inside the house offered a rare moment of calm. Unaware of what was about to happen, he entered the bath area expecting nothing unusual. To his surprise, Muselina appeared and offered to help him. Egil immediately became flustered and tried to refuse, believing she did not owe him anything. However, she insisted on assisting him because she felt deeply indebted to the man who had rescued her from despair. Rather than viewing herself as a burden, Muselina wished to remain close to him. Her actions reflected a growing attachment that went beyond gratitude. Although Egil struggled to respond to such direct affection, as the evening continued, Muselina openly expressed how important Egil had become to her. Having lost her former home and the people she once trusted, she now felt safest by his side. After hearing Muselina's sincere feelings, Egil finally admitted that he cared deeply for her as well. His honest response eased the uncertainty she had been carrying, and a sense of relief appeared on her face. Although pleased by his answer, Muselina remained considerate of his feelings. She explained that she did not want him to make a decision he might later regret. Rather than rushing forward, she was willing to wait until he was completely certain about what he wanted. As they continued talking, the distance between them slowly disappeared. Muselina openly admired the qualities she found reassuring in him, while Egil struggled to hide his embarrassment. Her straightforward affection left him unsure how to react. The conversation soon turned more personal. Sitting close together, they shared feelings they had kept hidden until now. Egil found himself paying closer attention to her expressions and emotions, realizing that she had become far more important to him than he had initially expected. With her cheeks flushed, Muselina finally revealed how strongly she desired to be accepted by him. No longer speaking only from gratitude, she expressed genuine affection and trust. After sharing their feelings openly, Egil and Muselina finally acknowledged the bond that had been growing between them. The uncertainty that once stood between them disappeared, replaced by mutual trust and affection. As the evening continued, the two spent more time together in private. Although Egil remained somewhat awkward about expressing his emotions, Muselina's honesty helped him feel more at ease. The distance between them continued to shrink. Muselina spoke openly about her admiration for Egil and the comfort she found in his presence. Meanwhile, Egil listened carefully, realizing how much she had come to rely on him since her rescue. What began as a simple conversation soon became a heartfelt exchange of emotions. Both revealed insecurities they had previously kept hidden. Through that honesty, they gained a deeper understanding of each other and strengthened the trust that connected them. By the end of the night, their relationship had reached a new stage. Muselina no longer saw Egil merely as the man who saved her life, while Egil viewed her as far more than someone he had chosen to protect. Together, they looked toward a future they would face side by side. After openly expressing their feelings, Muselina and Egil shared a quiet moment together. The barriers that had separated them since their first meeting finally disappeared. The two remained together in the bath, enjoying a rare sense of peace. Rather than focusing on the hardships of the past, they spent their time strengthening the bond they had built through trust, loyalty, and mutual support. As their conversation continued, Muselina sought reassurance about Egel's feelings. His honest response eased her worries, and confirmed that he valued her presence just as much as she valued his. The warmth between them grew stronger with every exchange. A bright smile appeared on Muselina's face as she realized her feelings had been accepted. The fear and loneliness caused by her betrayal seemed more distant than ever. With their hearts finally aligned, the pair decided to continue their evening together in private. The moment marked the beginning of a new chapter in their relationship, one built not on rescue or obligation, but on sincere affection and trust. Egil carried Eleanor into the room and headed toward the bedroom. Despite his reputation as a powerful S-Rank adventurer, an unusual sense of anticipation filled his mind. Thoughts raced through Egil's head as he looked at Eleanor. She had once been the slave he purchased at an auction. The moment felt strange because he had never experienced such excitement before. Throughout his career, Egil had completed numerous rank quests and defeated legendary monsters. Fierce battles against mythical beasts had tested his strength many times. However, none of those victories stirred his emotions as strongly as the time he was about to share with Eleanor. Soon, both of them sat together on the bed. A calm atmosphere settled over the room as Eleanor reflected on how unexpected it was for Egil to carry her all the way there. Her happiness became more apparent while the distance between them gradually disappeared. Warm feelings continued to grow inside Eleanor as she gazed at him. Seeing her joy eased Egil's remaining tension. With mutual trust and affection guiding them forward, the pair prepared to continue their special evening together. While resting together, Eleanor became curious about Egil's experiences as an adventurer. Her attention drifted toward the physiques of female adventurers she had heard about before. A card soon appeared in her hands. Egil examined it with interest and learned that Eleanor's class was Saint Force. The rank written on the card was remarkably high, especially for someone who had once lived as a princess. Details about Saint Force revealed a rare summoning class capable of calling holy beasts into battle. These creatures possessed tremendous strength and could overwhelm enemies quickly. However, the power came at a cost, requiring a massive amount of mana from the caster. Because of this limitation, only a small number of people could use the class effectively. As the explanation continued, Eleanor admitted that she selected the class simply because she found holy beasts adorable. Her honest reasoning caught Egil's attention and made the unusual choice easier to understand. Amused by her answer, Egil accepted the explanation and thanked her for the insight. Eleanor then became interested in seeing his own adventurer card, eager to learn more about the man she admired. After agreeing to show his adventurer card, Egil told Eleanor where it was located. She quickly moved across the bed and reached for the card on the nearby table. Moments later, surprise appeared on her face as she examined what she had found. The card confirmed that Egil was an S-rank adventurer, one of the strongest individuals in the kingdom. Eleanor learned that he had achieved this status without belonging to a party, making his accomplishments even more remarkable. As their conversation continued, attention shifted toward Eleanor's desire for revenge. Egil carefully considered the consequences and understood that helping her could damage his standing if the Cornelia kingdom discovered his involvement. Rather than backing away from the danger, Egil revealed the depth of his feelings. From the moment he first met Eleanor, he had already decided to stand by her side. Supporting her revenge was never a burden in his eyes, and abandoning her had never been an option. His sincere words reached Eleanor's heart immediately. Relief replaced her lingering doubts, while gratitude and affection filled her expression. Surrounded by trust and understanding, she felt closer to Egil than ever before. After sharing his feelings, Egil listened as Eleanor revealed a secret she had protected for years. Because of the slave collar's restrictions, she had been unable to harm those who controlled her directly. Gratitude soon overflowed from Eleanor's heart. Having survived betrayal, captivity, and loneliness, the bond between them deepened as both acknowledged how much their lives had changed since their first meeting. Time passed peacefully while they remained close to one another. Eleanor spoke openly about her hopes for the future, imagining a life where they could stay together without fear. Although her words embarrassed Egil slightly, he did not reject the possibility. Instead, he quietly accepted her affection and sincerity. Eventually, Egil noticed that Eleanor was exhausted and covered in sweat. Concerned for her condition, he suggested taking another bath, since she could barely move her legs after such an emotional and eventful night. she asked him to carry her there instead. Lifting her into his arms once again, Egil guided her toward the bath. Eleanor smiled brightly and asked him to cherish both her future and the future they might build together. Eleanor embraced Egil and felt complete at last. The hardships of her past no longer weighed heavily on her heart as she enjoyed the happiness she had long wished for. Soon afterward, Egil carried her through the building toward the bath. Resting comfortably in his arms, she remained close to him while enjoying the peaceful moment. Meanwhile, Egil quietly reflected on Eleanor's condition. Although she appeared cheerful, he knew the wounds left by her past experiences had not fully healed. By the following day, both had new goals in mind. Eleanor wanted to understand Egil better, while he planned to gather information about the people connected to her revenge. Together they prepared for the next step of their journey. A serious conversation unfolded in the stone-walled room as Egil sought important information from an ally. He requested locating 3 specific C-rank adventurers, emphasizing the urgency and importance of the mission's success. The names Kuro, Modred, and Musulina were mentioned, highlighting their significance in the task ahead. The other man expressed concern, noting the difficulty due to their low ranks and unknown locations. Egil set a strict time frame of 1 week, asking for patience while promising a swift investigation. Egil requested an introduction to a slaver specializing in humans, revealing a deeper plan behind his mission. The man questioned if the matter involved a recently acquired slave woman, sensing something significant. Flashbacks showed her trapped and desperate, crying out for help, caught in painful memories and fear. Egil silently vowed to free her from the haunting past that continued to control her. Despite warnings about trust, Egil's resolve hardened, refusing to accept betrayal again in his quest. Egil dismissed rumors, focused on the mission, demanding precise actions from his companion without distraction. He reminded urgency in gathering information, notably concerned for Eleanor's well-being amidst public judgment against slaves. Meanwhile, Eleanor explored a vast library, searching carefully through numerous volumes for vital knowledge. She discovered rare texts, eyes lighting with surprise and excitement upon finding valuable information. Holding a specific book, she recognized its unexpected rarity. Considering the opportunity to acquire more, she felt overwhelmed by the intense attention while choosing rare books in the quiet shop. Paying the seller, she hurried away feeling uneasy but determined to keep the book safe. The book revealed a harsh story of a woman enduring a difficult, unwanted encounter. Memories of that night haunted her thoughts, filled with both pain and confusion. The story continued with a vivid depiction of a private moment, shadowed by inner conflict. Anna approached Hubert's room, driven by her own choice and growing feelings for him. She embraced her desire, showing confidence and affection through intimate gestures, deepening their connection. Anna realized her strong attraction to Hubert's presence, acknowledging a shift in her emotions. Their encounter reached a peak, expressing mutual passion and vulnerability in a private moment. The scene ended with a sudden, unexpected distraction, hinting at an approaching change or interruption. Anna explored new approaches to her role, wanting to become stronger and more assertive. She reflected on her struggles with control and how to assert dominance effectively over Egil. Despite her position, Anna felt conflicted about public perception and the risks of exposure. Suddenly, a loud dispute in the streets interrupted her thoughts, voices claiming ownership over her. Anna observed from afar, witnessing a tense confrontation that complicated her already difficult situation. Egil identified the slave trader and a noble involved, realizing the girl in chains must be the slave. Eleanor recognized Selena, understanding the urgent need to rescue her mentally and physically from captivity. Selena pleaded for help, chained and desperate, as others argued over her ownership nearby. Eleanor confronted the crowd, asserting Egil's power and threatening consequences for obstructing her. She warned of Egil's strength, compelling the slaver to allow a private conversation quickly. Eleanor took Selena away from the crowd, determined to help her despite resistance. Selena broke down in Eleanor's arms, expressing fear while Eleanor promised protection and safety. Selena appeared fragile now, a stark contrast to the strength she once possessed. Eleanor felt overwhelmed by fear but found comfort in Selena's supportive words and presence. Selena's kindness and determination inspired Eleanor, giving her the strength she desperately needed. Eleanor identified Count Sebastian as Selena's new owner and recognized the danger he posed. Though calm in appearance, the Count harbored a violent nature beneath his noble facade. Selena suffered daily abuse, breaking her spirit until she could no longer endure the pain. Despite fleeing, Selena was relentlessly pursued, still holding on to hope for freedom and safety. Eleanor confronted the slaver, demanding no harm come to Selena before her chance at freedom. Eleanor vowed to rescue Selena despite the dangers, pledging to protect her with determination. A plan formed to save Selena by legally winning her at auction, avoiding fatal consequences. Eleanor declared her intent to win Selena's freedom, refusing the noble's claim of ownership. She assured Selena she would save her soon, despite the slaver's threats and arrogance. Eleanor confronted Sebastian, clarifying her unexpected tactic to outbid him, revealing a strategic aim. She negotiated with Sebastian, explaining the need for fair compensation, challenging the traditional roles. Sebastian confessed his true feelings to Eleanor, introducing a complex personal element to the conflict. Eleanor confessed her deep love for Eagle, embracing vulnerability and their bond without conditions. She pledged loyalty and affection, promising to love Eagle fully and sincerely throughout life. Eagle comforted Eleanor, offering his support and understanding while dismissing the need for formalities. Eleanor tearfully begged Eagle to save Selena, expressing deep concern for her friend's safety. They strategized their plan, acknowledging the high stakes and rival bidders at the upcoming auction. Eleanor wondered if their demands were too high. Feeling uncertain about the difficult path ahead, Eagle revealed limited funds remaining after a previous auction, underlining the financial challenges they faced. After finishing their meal, Eagle suggested completing quests to gather the necessary money quickly. They planned to work together and earn enough to prepare for Selena's crucial auction. Renewed hope sparked in Eleanor as she committed firmly to saving Selena alongside Eagle. Eagle and Eleanor reviewed their challenging quest list, determined to complete it within 7 days. Eagle reminded Eleanor of Havlik, the receptionist, who had supported them before and might help again. A helpful acquaintance gave Eleanor a special quest, boosting her confidence and resources significantly. Eleanor described their history, praising Eagle's kindness and support as they traveled and fought together. Though Eagle worried about her outfit, Eleanor insisted on wearing the gifted dress for luck. Eleanor teased Eagle about his distraction, testing his resolve while preparing for their upcoming quests. Eagle attempted to calm Eleanor, taking responsibility and trying to focus on their dangerous journey. The pair detected a strong scent and anticipated a challenging encounter approaching shortly. They heard distant commotion and speculated about other adventurers nearby engaging in a fight. Two young adventurers, Sana and Luna, strategized to lure a monster into an open place. Sana and Luna executed their plan to lure the monstrous creature out from hiding quickly. The giant monster chased them, its massive form causing destruction as it pursued its prey. Luna prepared a powerful spell, summoning divine energy to fend off the approaching monster. The spell detonated with a powerful blast, momentarily stunning the creature and providing cover. Sana aimed her bow carefully, casting a precise attack with her special skill, Heaven's Rain. The monster's wounds barely slowed it, ignoring attacks and advancing aggressively toward the adventurers. Eagle warned Eleanor their attacks wouldn't stop this powerful creature as it prepared to strike. The monster launched a massive attack, forcing Sana and Luna to flee for their lives. The two young adventurers narrowly escaped, running swiftly to avoid the destruction behind them. Eagle, Eleanor, Sana, and Luna fled together on horseback, escaping the monster's devastating assault. Eagle checked on the girls, while Luna awkwardly apologized for accidentally grabbing Sana during the chaos. Eleanor summoned light Fenrir, mystical wolves meant to confuse their powerful and relentless opponent. The summoned Fenrir attacked strategically, aiming to draw the giant creature closer to their position. The monster suffered under the magical assault, visibly weakened but still dangerous amidst the fight. Eagle prepared to use his ultimate move, Endless Sword, determined to stop the creature's rampage. Eagle unleashed his ultimate technique, summoning countless blades that erupted violently around the monstrous foe. Eleanor witnessed Eagle's overwhelming power firsthand, realizing he was the legendary S-Rank adventurer, Sword Genesis. Eleanor recovered, impressed by Eagle's infinite sword dance, a technique using countless swords from another dimension. Eagle explained that Sword Genesis demands mastery of the sword, allowing swords to appear anywhere instantly. Sana and Luna revealed their adventurer ranks, admitting they weren't strong enough to defeat the monster. Eagle pressured them, but Eleanor reassured the girls, emphasizing the importance of teamwork and understanding. Despite their rank, the girls wanted to prove themselves by confronting the deadly glaciant. Sana and Luna vowed to become stronger despite Eagle warning the risk of their determination. Eagle offered to teach them how to fight, though the girls showed hesitation and doubt. They feared being scammed or sold into slavery by others offering training for money. Eleanor defended Eagle's honor, reassuring the girls he wouldn't betray or exploit them. She explained Eagle's credibility through his integrity, building trust between the group for future training. Eleanor revealed she was once enslaved but treated equally by Eagle, earning the girl's trust. She challenged Sana and Luna to accept Eagle as their master without doubt or fear. The girls hurriedly pleaded for training, showing urgency and eagerness to improve quickly. Eleanor explained Eagle's true nature, surprising him with how she convinced the girls. The group relaxed by a campfire, sharing a meal after the intense battles and discussions. Sana and Luna, twins with distinct roles, enjoyed their first peaceful meal after battle at camp. They introduced their skills, Sana as a priest and Luna as a mana archer. Eagle offered to train them in combat, asking for no reward, only teamwork. The group ate heartily, with Sana overeating, showing their youthful energy and determination. As night fell, the twins peacefully slept, restored and ready for training under Eagle. Eleanor and Eagle discussed how the twins sacrificed basic needs to grow stronger and achieve goals. Eagle admired the twins' maturity, while Eleanor expressed regret over involving Eagle in her struggles. Eagle vowed to help Eleanor but emphasized she must open up about her real problems. Eleanor hesitated, unsure if she made the right choice, but desired to walk Eagle's path. They shared a tender moment, growing closer as trust and understanding deepened between them. Eleanor explained why they couldn't rest together, respecting Sana and Luna's need for sleep nearby. She accepted Eagle's request to remain by his side despite her usual reluctance. Eagle unexpectedly fell ill, sweating heavily and struggling with discomfort during the night. Eleanor tended to Eagle, gently wiping away his sweat with care and concern. Suddenly, Eagle awoke startled, confused about Eleanor's attentive presence as the tension rose. Eagle's desire grows stronger, creating an intense atmosphere as their connection deepens. Eleanor's reaction is a mix of surprise and acceptance, showing vulnerability and trust. Their bond intensifies with careful, deliberate movements, heightening emotional and physical tension. Eleanor encourages Eagle's determination, signaling mutual understanding and growing intimacy. Unexpected observers witness the scene, adding a layer of tension and curiosity to the moment. Eleanor watches nervously, surprised by the intensity and difficulty of Eagle's efforts beside sleeping companions. Despite the awkward situation, she remains captivated, unable to look away from Eagle's determined focus. Sana struggled to sleep after intense events, while her companions walked toward a dangerous new destination. The group arrived at the ominous entrance to the Red Dragon's lair, preparing for battle. They acknowledged the increased difficulty ahead, readying themselves mentally for the life-threatening challenge. As they ventured deeper, caution was paramount to avoid fatal mistakes on this perilous quest. Sana and Luna faced hostile creatures, recalling their training to stay strong and defend themselves. The group shared a moment of encouragement before detecting the approach of 3 unaware red dragons. The dragons stood large and imposing, unaware of the party's presence as tension filled the air. Eleanor summoned a powerful water dragon to aid in their battle against the formidable foes. The summoned dragon unleashed a devastating water attack, striking the red dragons with unexpected force. Luna and the group engaged the dragons, combining their skills to gain control of the fight. The group launched coordinated attacks, combining magic and archery to weaken the massive red dragons. The dragons roared fiercely, struggling against the party's relentless assault as their power began to wane. With the dragons defeated, the group stood victorious, relieved but aware of challenges ahead. Eagle gave a solemn task to collect the dragon's tongue as proof of their victory. The group exchanged uneasy glances, recognizing the gravity of their quest and the dangers still lurking. The group cautiously advanced through the cave, spotting the massive dragon resting ahead, tension rising. The dragon lay coiled, its size and presence overwhelming as the group prepared for confrontation. Eagle explained the dragon's fire attack, highlighting the danger if struck directly in battle. He outlined a strategy targeting the dragon's limbs to divert its attention and exploit weakness. With determination, Eagle charged forward, ready to execute the plan and face the fierce dragon. Eagle skillfully dodged the dragon's attack, making the creature cautious and wary of his movements. Eleanor unleashed a powerful light spell, but the dragon's thick hide resisted their magical assaults. Eagle reminded Eleanor of the importance of strategy and understanding the enemy during critical moments. The dragon prepared a devastating fire breath, forcing the group to quickly evade the incoming blaze. In the chaos, Luna was narrowly saved from the fiery attack by Eagle's quick reaction. The fire dragon roared fiercely, its burning breath consuming the surroundings, signaling an intense battle. The group prepared a coordinated strike, focused on targeting the dragon while protecting each other. Eleanor and Luna summoned the aqua dragon again, joining forces to strike the fire dragon's weak points. The aqua dragon unleashed a powerful water blast, landing precise hits, slowly overpowering the fiery beast. The fire dragon readied another burning attack as the group braced themselves for the next assault. The group prepared stealthily behind cover, watching for the dragon's patterns as energy began to wane. Sana expressed determination to join the battle, showing courage despite the overwhelming situation. Eagle encouraged Sana to use her most powerful spell, relying on her strength to end the fight. Eagle shared his mana with Sana, helping her regain the energy needed to cast a powerful spell. Sana felt the transferred energy filling her body, growing more intense as the moment approached. Her energy surged uncontrollably, overwhelming her as the spell's power began to spill beyond her control. Meanwhile, the dragon readied another fierce fire attack, forcing the group to seek urgent protection. Eagle guided Sana's focus, helping her channel the holy magic to unleash a decisive, protective spell. The group watched as Sana unleashed a powerful holy spell, encasing the dragon in radiant energy. The dragon struggled, engulfed in the attack's light, its strength waning as it began to collapse. Eleanor and Luna expressed amazement, witnessing Sana's remarkable display of magical power against the formidable foe. Sana, weakened but relieved, reflected on her first successful use of such a powerful spell. The group tended to Sana, understanding the toll the magic had taken on her body and spirit. The group decided to gather the dragon's scales while Egil rested from the exhausting battle. Despite her usual strength, Sana showed vulnerability, lying quietly in Egil's caring arms. Egil observed Sana's peaceful sleep, appreciating her rare calm after the intense encounter. The group set up camp with Egil comforting Sana as others took time to rest and recover. Now awake and determined, Sana sought a private conversation with Egil about growing stronger together. Egil and Sana discussed their progress, agreeing to continue their current classes without switching anytime soon. Curiosity arose about Egil and Eleanor's relationship, prompting a lighthearted and teasing conversation among the group. Egil awkwardly admitted their romantic connection, revealing their closeness despite occasional playful tensions. They joked about Eleanor's dominant role in their relationship, highlighting Egil's reluctant but affectionate submission. Sana playfully confronted Egil, suggesting his true nature was kinder than he let on beneath appearances. Sana offered to guide Egil in understanding complex relationships, balancing strength with emotional connection. The women relaxed together, enjoying a refreshing moment in nature, strengthening bonds and easing tension. During a calm conversation, Sana revealed her knowledge comes from extensive reading and personal interest. Offering thanks, Sana prepared to take a bath, symbolizing renewal and clearing away the past strain. Before leaving, Sana asked Egil for support with future challenges, emphasizing their growing trust and teamwork. Egil promised unwavering support, affirming his commitment to stand by their side through challenges. Sana expressed hope that they would never need to face extreme hardships again. She prepared to leave, signaling a new phase while Egil remained behind with quiet resolve. After that day, Luna and Sana disappeared from sight, leaving Egil to face uncertain days alone. After Sana and Luna departed, Egil and Eleanor tackled remaining missions with fierce determination. Their combined rewards were enough to bid for Selena at the upcoming auction successfully. They prepared to attend the auction, resolved to rescue Selena from her current predicament. At the auction, they spotted Selena's former master, a hostile presence complicating their mission. Despite the tension, allies joined Egil, ready to support him in the difficult confrontation ahead. Egil received updates about key figures and prepared to take bold action if necessary. Warned about consequences, Egil faced pressure but remained determined to rescue Selena no matter what. At the auction, Egil reassured Eleanor and prepared to witness the difficult bidding process. Selena, restrained and vulnerable, appeared on stage, igniting the tension among those present. The auction began with high-stakes bids. Egil prepared himself for the fight to come. Bidding intensified as Selena's price steadily climbed, tension building in the auction hall. Egil reached his bid limit but remained determined, weighing his remaining options carefully. The rival raised the stakes, pushing Egil further towards a difficult decision to protect Selena. Knowing no other choice, Egil prepared for a desperate move to secure Selena's freedom. Suddenly, an unexpected bid shocked everyone, shifting the balance and renewing hope for rescue. Gessendorf offered his reserves to help Egil increase the bid and secure Selena. Egil accepted the unexpected alliance, grateful yet uncertain about the growing complications around him. Bidding intensified as others joined, challenging Egil and his new allies to push limits further. A surprise high bid from a rival raised the stakes dramatically, shocking everyone present. With the winning bid secured, Egil and his allies celebrated Selena's rescue and newfound freedom. Selina reunited with Eleanor, overwhelmed with gratitude and relief after her long ordeal. Emotional, Selina expressed deep thanks, while Eleanor reassured her with gentle support and understanding. Their friends celebrated the rescue, highlighting the teamwork that made Selina's freedom possible. Selina confessed her fears, struggling with past trauma and how others perceive her. Eleanor promised trust and strength, reminding Selina she must hold on to her anger for change. Selina hesitated but agreed to join Eleanor and others in a new life together. Though invited, Selina struggled with deep fears stemming from her past trauma with men. Despite anxiety, Selina decided to follow Eleanor, showing courage to face her fears. They moved through the streets, symbolizing a fresh start, unaware of looming dangers nearby. Suddenly, Selina was captured again, thrust back into a terrifying situation she hoped to escape. Selina faced cruel words from her captor, who degraded her with harsh insults and dominance. In the bustling city, Eagle is approached by a merchant needing protection to move his money. Suspicious intentions arise as Eagle hears the merchant mention the slave woman he'd recently purchased. Angered by the merchant's words, Eagle reacts sharply, physically rejecting the disrespect toward his companion. Onlookers crowd the street as Eagle stands firm, protecting his beliefs and the ones he cherishes. Suddenly, someone calls out. Selina appears, sparking confusion and tension between the rivaling groups. The nobleman grips Selina, claiming she's precious to him, fueling fear and tension in her. He reveals sinister intentions, treating Selina cruelly and calling her his favorite toy, causing her distress. Tears in her eyes, Selina silently begs for help, frightened and remembering Eleanor's past kindness. Eagle intervenes calmly, placing himself between Selina and the nobleman, ensuring her safety and protection. Selina, still shaken, recognizes Eagle's concern and feels relief as he gently checks she is safe. The nobleman shouts threats and demands protection, boasting of his status as heir, but Eagle stands firm. He mocks Eagle, claims slaves are just property, and justifies mistreatment because of his family's influence. Unable to tolerate more, Eagle attacks the nobleman fiercely, shocking everyone with his sudden powerful response. Eagle declares slaves are not things, sending the nobleman flying across the ground with visible conviction. Bruised and defeated, the nobleman pleads for help, while Eagle firmly states he treats them as people. Eagle confronts the butler, who calmly acknowledges his master's defeat, hinting at shadow magic and deeper motives. The butler announces the noble's punishment and replacement, ending his role, while the fallen heir protests desperately. Selina, still emotional, apologizes to Eagle, feeling responsible for the events that unfolded in the city. Eagle reassures Selina, promising to protect her from now on, no matter what challenges may come. Relief washes over Selina as she tearfully thanks Eagle, grateful for his kindness and unwavering support. Selina reunites with Eleanor and Eagle, relieved and apologizing, grateful to return safely together. At home, Selina and Eleanor marvel at the spacious bath, amazed by the comfort and warmth. Eleanor checks Selina's injuries, showing gentle concern. Selina reassures her, thankful for the care. Selina feels shy about her appearance, but Eleanor encourages acceptance, helping her feel more at ease. Their playful bathing eases tension, as Eleanor helps Selina relax and feel at home in their family. Eleanor playfully teases Selina in the bath, causing embarrassment but also a sense of trust between them. They relax together, Selina admitting she still fears men, but feels safe and respected around Eagle. Eleanor reassures Selina, saying she wouldn't mind if Selina developed feelings for Eagle over time. Their conversation shifts to changing attitudes about trust. Eleanor encourages Selina to overcome her old fears gently. Selina resists Eleanor's playful curiosity, but realizes that friendship and support are helping her heal from past trauma. Eleanor urges Selina to hide in the wardrobe, claiming it's a test for her own good. Selina, confused and embarrassed by Eleanor's plan, secretly wonders about her own feelings and hidden desires. Eleanor warmly welcomes Eagle, expressing her willingness and trust, ready to deepen their bond and sincerity. Selina secretly listens nearby, surprised by the situation, uncertain but curious about Eleanor's genuine intentions and feelings. Eleanor shares her wish for shared happiness, hoping Selina can be included honestly, Eagle valuing everyone's feelings. Eagle recalls a meaningful promise made with Selina, reflecting on it before any decisions are made together. The promise echoes. Selina dreams of marrying the man she truly trusts, despite the reality they face. Eleanor makes a promise to share a deep bond, emphasizing their closeness and mutual understanding. They discuss the complexities of their relationship, revealing trust struggles and hidden frustrations within. Eagle surprises Eleanor with a playful gesture that breaks tension but hints at growing intimacy. Despite nerves, Eleanor admits she's enjoying the experience, signaling a mix of fear and comfort. Eleanor reflects on conflicting emotions, fear intertwined with growing sensitivity and connection to Eagle. A tense moment with hesitant feelings, she nervously seeks reassurance from him, unsure but trusting. She decides to show her resolve, trying to prove her commitment despite her fears. Unexpected resistance creates a challenge, but determination pushes their connection into deeper understanding. Another woman observes with surprise, sensing the strong emotion and deep bond between the two. Both grow overwhelmed with shared intensity, surrendering to the strength of their intimate bond together. She experiences intense emotion with vulnerability, expressing her deeper feelings while showing trust and connection. They quietly agree to continue their closeness elsewhere, seeking deeper privacy in the next setting. Hidden behind a door, she struggles to maintain composure, overwhelmed by the ongoing emotional intensity. Morning light brings a shift. She nervously interacts with him outside, feeling uncertain yet hopeful. Reflecting alone, she wonders about her place between them, questioning her value and her feelings. Selena stays apart while the others prepare. Eagle readies himself for an important escort mission. She quietly doubts her place and worries if her feelings and fears will ever truly fade. A visitor unexpectedly arrives, gaining their attention with urgent news related to Eagle's recent activities. The mysterious visitor expresses urgency, hinting at developments that could impact the group deeply. Invited in, the visitor prepares to explain critical information while the group listens attentively. She requests to learn the reason behind Eagle's rise, seeking truth behind his reputation. The visitor reveals Eagle once harbored mistrust towards slaves and women but faced a harsh betrayal. That betrayal came from his first love, a slave who changed everything about his path. She was a young maid in a royal family, immediately forming a strong bond with Eagle. Before Eagle could confess his feelings, the maid suddenly disappeared, leaving him feeling lost and heartbroken. He dedicated himself to training, becoming an adventurer to prove his worth if they met again. As an adult, Eagle encountered the maid once more, bringing back past emotions and memories. They journeyed together as adventurers, but Eagle still struggled to share his true feelings with her. Eagle and his companion receive a quest to conquer an abandoned, dangerous castle, now a dead zone. Determined, Eagle plans to confess his feelings once the quest is over and successful. They join a group, fighting fiercely through intense battles inside the fortress, facing many strong enemies. Eagle confronts a giant monster, defeating it with his comrades' help, pushing himself beyond his limits. After victory, the team, exhausted but relieved, waits for the rain to stop before returning home. Inside the castle, Eagle realizes new danger as demons gather again, the rain intensifying everything around. Suddenly betrayed, Eagle is thrown down, filled with confusion and sorrow over his companion's unexpected actions. Surrounded by enemies, Eagle confronts the painful truth about his first love's past as a slave. Overwhelmed by loss and betrayal, Eagle laughs bitterly, realizing his deep feelings were manipulated all along. Awakening later, Eagle struggles with despair and distrust, questioning everything and everyone he once believed in. Eagle, recovering, is urged to reconsider trust, suggesting true strength lies in facing betrayal together. Despite past pain, he agrees to join forces again, preparing to move forward with determination. Flashback reveals Eagle aiding the Sword King in protecting a monster-threatened village, earning respect. He stands victorious atop fallen enemies, symbolizing strength and resilience against overwhelming odds. Back in the present, Eagle receives praise for his skills, inspiring hope as they return. Eagle realizes how limited his beliefs were while spending time with the protective Sword King. Welcomed warmly, Eagle is reminded of his role protecting the village and fostering community trust. Despite fear of betrayal, Eagle decides to trust again, inspired by the villagers' acceptance and smiles. Eagle attains S-Rank status through continued bravery, defending the village and earning respect and loyalty. The others acknowledge Eagle's strength and struggles, promising to support him as he moves forward. She wrestles with conflicting feelings, wanting to trust Eagle despite her lingering doubts and fears. Determined to resolve her uncertainties, she decides to confront him directly and clarify their relationship. Nervously, she asks for a deeper connection, hoping to bridge the gap and find mutual understanding. Selena gathers courage to deepen her bond, seeking a closer connection with Eagle and trust. Eleanor supports Selena's decision, acknowledging their friendship and encouraging honest communication between them. Selena playfully challenges Eleanor, showing her determination to take a significant step forward. With resolve, Selena approaches Eagle, ready to express her feelings and face the unknown. Eagle is surprised but attentive, signaling the beginning of an important, heartfelt conversation between them. Selena refuses to be left behind and insists on becoming an adventurer like Eagle and Eleanor. Eagle welcomes Selena's decision, expressing his happiness at having her join their journey and team. Nervous yet determined, Selena prepares to share her true feelings with Eagle. Seeking courage, she confesses her love for Eagle, surprising him with her honesty despite her past fears. Though still afraid of men, Selena believes her love for Eagle can overcome her fears. Selena openly expresses her desire to be loved fully, seeking equality with Eleanor's place in Eagle's heart. Eagle admits his feelings for Selena, acknowledging her beauty and sharing his growing affection with her. They share a light-hearted moment, breaking tension with laughter and easing Selena's nervousness around Eagle. Selena appreciates Eagle's sincerity, asking him about their future comfort and closeness in an intimate setting. They hold hands tenderly, finding warmth and reassurance as they prepare to face what comes next together. Eagle's presence provides Selena a new sense of safety, replacing old fears with calm comfort. Eleanor interrupts, breaking their intimate moment with playful impatience, disrupting the peaceful atmosphere suddenly. Eleanor's boldness causes surprise and light chaos, provoking embarrassment and laughter between the trio. Eagle is flustered as tensions rise, trying to maintain composure amid the playful teasing. Despite teasing, Eleanor offers reassurance, and they decide to set aside distractions to rest together. Eagle lies between Selena and Eleanor, feeling the weight of their shared presence and silent affection. Eleanor gently teases Eagle about his doubts, comforting him by acknowledging the unique bond they share. She reassures Eagle that both she and Selena deeply care, inspiring him to accept their closeness. Eleanor promises steadfast support, emphasizing her commitment to stay by Eagle's side through difficulties. As Selena sleeps beside him, Eagle absorbs the peaceful moment before proposing a change of places. Eagle finds himself unable to move, caught between Selena's gentle hold and Eleanor's presence nearby. Eleanor surprises Eagle with her bold affection, creating tension and shifting the quiet atmosphere in the room. The mood intensifies as Eleanor's approach tests Eagle's composure, but he tries to remain considerate of both. Selena, though half asleep, reminds them of boundaries, resulting in awkwardness and a pause in their actions. Despite the world's harshness, Eagle silently wishes that Selena and Eleanor remain safe, happy, and free. Selena and Eleanor's affection grows deeper, while Eagle silently wishes to protect the girl's happiness and freedom. Selena demonstrates her growth in combat, impressing her allies with discipline and determination during battle training. With Eagle's guidance, Selena and the group quickly gain confidence, learning to defeat even tough monsters. Eagle helps Eleanor improve, causing her to feel a bit jealous, but motivated to become stronger. The training finishes as a success, though playful rivalry and teasing remain between Eleanor and Selena afterward. As the day ends, the group decides to return to town, their teamwork and bonds strengthened. A masked informant reports that Eleanor's enemies have taken a dangerous, high-rank quest for revenge. Eagle's group learns they can't take the quest without joining a guild, needing connections. They're introduced to Haruto, a strong and stern quest issuer, who initially doubts their abilities. Haruto questions Eagle's capability, especially since he travels with women, causing some tension at the table. Eagle stands up for his team, challenging Haruto's bias and ready to prove their strength together. Haruto asks for everyone's names and ranks, dismissing the team as inexperienced after hearing their introductions. Eagle calmly reveals he's an S-rank, immediately shifting the mood and drawing everyone's attention. Haruto is stunned by Eagle's true status, quickly confirming his identity in disbelief as tension dissolves. Realizing Eagle's reputation, Haruto's attitude changes completely, eagerly shaking hands and expressing admiration for the S-rank. The group prepares to discuss quest details, while Selena and Eleanor reflect on Eagle's importance to others. Eagle requests quest details. The team learns their mission is to clear monsters from a massive fortress. They discover a traitor is among the adventurers, with past murders making the quest even riskier. Evidence suggests at least 3 traitors, as each victim was slain using a different human weapon. Haruto, visibly upset, asks Eagle's group to hunt down and eliminate all traitors hiding within the ranks. Eagle probes the investigation, realizing fear and distrust prevent easy answers. The team must seek hidden truths. Eagle knows words cannot fix the tangled situation, so he resolves to face the crisis directly. This mission allows them to approach Eleanor's targets, but the risk from hidden enemies is severe. He warns Selena and Eleanor to stay close, aware of the dangers lurking within their own ranks. As they finish preparations, Eagle clarifies his intentions while the group jokes, easing some tension before departure. Traveling in disguise, the team embarks on their mission, ready for whatever awaits at the fortress. Eagle warns the group to conceal their identities, preventing enemies from recognizing them during the mission. Eleanor embraces the disguise, planning to wait patiently for the perfect moment to seek revenge. As the carriage approaches, the massive Gorius fortress looms ahead, marking the dangerous path to vengeance. Eagle insists on sharing his tent with the women, raising mixed reactions from his companions. The group approaches the large tent designated for the guild's high-stakes secret meeting. Inside, rival guild leaders eye each other cautiously, with Haruto forced to confront past tensions. Haruto and another leader exchange terse words, revealing lingering conflicts and power struggles between guilds. A guild leader cynically dismisses loyalty, viewing adventurers as disposable, causing clear discomfort among the group. Haruto's harsh behavior frustrates Selena, while Eagle quietly observes and understands the tension around him. Eagle notices one guild leader's unique aura, setting her apart from the others in the meeting. Relic, another guild leader, nervously maintains a facade, fearing suspicion of being the traitor. Relic struggles visibly with stress, under pressure from the tense guild gathering and suspicion. Suddenly, Gale arrives with reinforcements, commanding Eagle's group and others to enter the guild meeting tent. Two new guild representatives, Sana and Luna, arrive unexpectedly, surprising the current meeting participants. The Felestina Chivalric Order and two other guilds prepare to begin a crucial negotiation meeting. Eagle and his group realize their allies have not yet arrived, raising tension in the tent. Guild leaders argue about increasing the quest's difficulty by betraying comrades for higher rewards. Levia arrives late, criticizing the other leaders and disrupting the tense atmosphere with biting remarks. Levia's sudden arrival captivates the room, her presence demanding immediate attention from everyone inside. She confidently greets the group, introducing herself as the leader of Sunset's Bond Guild. Levia quickly asserts her strength, challenging anyone who doubts her power despite her young age. The other leaders warn Levia to behave cautiously, concerned her boldness might provoke danger. Eagle and Eleanor quietly observe, recognizing familiar faces and unchanged attitudes from past encounters. Levia recognizes three former friends who betrayed her to slave traders, their joy deepening her pain. Overwhelmed by betrayal, Levia's resolve hardens as she vows to exact justice and release her anger. Eleanor's anger simmered as she watched her old party laughing, feeling isolated and deeply betrayed inside. The guild leaders gathered, announcing plans for the quest while Eleanor struggled to hide her lingering pain. A strategy was decided, everyone preparing to move through 4 gates to quickly seek out the traitor. They deliberated the chances of betrayal among new allies, each team formulating tactics and expressing lingering doubts cautiously. The gates opened as the new Treasure Sword team introduced themselves, marking the start of their alliance. Eagle and his group concealed their roles, keeping allies cautious, ensuring no crucial information could leak. The other guild accepted their secrecy, realizing all professions would soon be revealed during the coming battles. Inside the Labyrinth Fortress, Eagle explained his unique abilities, careful not to let enemies learn his secrets. Suddenly monsters appeared from the shadows. Eagle remained alert, uncertain if these were traitors or mere threats. The goblins charged fiercely. Eagle's group responded together, charging forward with determination and trusting their teamwork completely. Eagle halted his group in the corridor, explaining they must wait and practice formation before advancing further. While Haruto fought on, the others held back, preparing for their own turn in the battle. Selena and Eleanor watched through magic, learning the goblins' movements and preparing to switch at Eagle's signal. Eagle organized his team, instructing each member when to move, ensuring their attacks disturbed and confused their enemies. Selena hesitated, but with Eagle's encouragement, she found confidence, preparing for her crucial role in battle. Haruto and his team held their ground, fighting off goblins as more allies joined the clash. Wei swiftly broke through the enemy, catching the goblins off guard, signaling Selena to take her position. Selena faced the goblins head-on, striking decisively, as their coordinated tactics forced the monsters into disarray. Even under pressure, Selena focused, remembering Eagle's training, and prepared to unleash their special attack technique. Selena executed the emptiness round dance, sweeping through the goblins, turning the battle and clearing the passage ahead. Eagle admired Selena's quick progress, praising her skill and noting her potential as a valuable ally. Selena appreciated Eagle's confidence, admitting she could fight well but preferred relying on his protection. Her cheeks flushed slightly as she playfully mentioned foul play, signaling light-hearted moments amid tension. Eleanor observed their banter, while Egil affirmed Eleanor's readiness despite her dissatisfaction with the fighting style. The group stood before the fortress gates at sunset, optimistic but cautious about the traitor's next move. Egil hesitated alone in the dark tent, pondering the fragile trust growing among the group. Suddenly Selena approached Egil closely, her expression vulnerable and hopeful, breaking the distance between them. She nervously asked if Egil truly cared for her, revealing hidden feelings fueled by alcohol's courage. Selena openly questioned Egil about their relationship, hinting at her desire for deeper intimacy together. Mikaela and Eleanor noticed Selena's growing boldness, teasing Egil while reflecting on her changed feelings. Before dinner, the group found a white rabbit. Eleanor showed kindness despite discomfort with animals. Egil and the others observed the rabbit's playful behavior, revealing a lighter moment during their journey. Haruto shared local liquor with the group, sparking nostalgic conversations and easing tensions among the team. Eleanor teased Selena about her inexperience with alcohol, revealing playful tension between the group members. Despite Egil's reluctance, the three decided to share local liquor, breaking the night's silence. Selena poured drinks confidently, challenging Eleanor's teasing, showing growing boldness in her increasing comfort. Egil gently urged them to stop, noticing their intoxication as they pushed boundaries around him. Selena, flushed and vulnerable, asked Egil to comfort her, expressing her emotions openly in the moment. Selena confessed her feelings to Egil, expressing a strong desire to grow closer and deepen their bond. Eleanor quietly reflected on those emotions, acknowledging the importance of their relationship's progress despite past fears. Egil reassured Selena lovingly, promising she wouldn't regret opening her heart and trusting him. Later, the group noticed Selena's bold step forward, playfully teasing her, while Egil attempted to maintain composure. Selena and Egil shared an intimate, tender moment by the water, deepening their connection with gentle care. Selena experienced intense physical reactions, her vulnerability and trust toward Egil deepening in intimacy. Egil expressed excitement and fascination, noticing the sensitivity and connection growing between them. Selena admitted a unique sensory preference, asking Egil for understanding despite its unusual nature. Egil embraced Selena's openness, sharing his own admiration and inviting continued closeness with mutual trust. Selena's overwhelmed senses revealed the intensity of their bond as Egil reciprocated with care and feeling. Selena exhibited intense emotional vulnerability, deepening the intimate connection and trust between her and Egil. Egil playfully acknowledged their private moments, teasing Selena about shared secrets and emotional openness. Selena felt conflicted but eager, caught between hesitation and desire to fully express herself. Her emotions surged as she sought reassurance, revealing growing courage to embrace vulnerability with Egil. Selena challenged Egil for honesty, pushing their bond further through truthful, heartfelt communication. Selena revealed her vulnerability, overwhelmed by emotion, as she expressed deep personal feelings and desires. Egil carefully supported her, attentive to her responses and ensuring her comfort during intimate moments. Selena reacted to the new sensation with surprise and intensity, experiencing the closeness between them deeply. Under a starry sky, their connection felt profound, the world outside fading into quiet stillness. A team of adventurers, including Egil, fought goblins, steadily advancing between the first and second gates. Selena emphasized improving team coordination, especially as demons would soon grow stronger and more dangerous. Egil's analytical skills earned both trust and playful critique from the group during their tactical discussions. An urgent meeting revealed that one member, Fabiola, had been attacked, suggesting a traitor within their ranks. The group reflected on recent events, realizing internal threats endangered their mission and alliances within the maze. A mysterious black fog appeared, obscuring vision and followed by Fabiola's scream, causing alarm in the group. They found Fabiola badly wounded, efforts to save him unsuccessful, heightening the tension among the team. A scholar explained the black fog's nature, clarifying it worsened vision but was not poison-related. An inquiry revealed no suspected traitor among them, despite suspicion and confusion about recent attacks. Leadership pointed fingers toward others outside their group, stressing political complexities and internal distrust within the alliance. Fear grew among the group, suspecting the killer used a distant, secret method to strike. A leader proposed the attack must be an exclusive, high-level mission, possibly involving one of their own. They recognized the threat's strength was overwhelming, prompting urgent plans for confronting the danger tomorrow. Egil and Haruto discussed if the traitor might exploit the black fog to mask future attacks. They resolved to stay vigilant, understanding the traitor's bold actions signaled greater risks ahead. The group suspects Haruto hides secrets while a rabbit unexpectedly calls out Egil's name, Surprised, Eagle and his companions realize the rabbit communicated to them, raising questions and curiosity. Despite doubts of danger, Eagle decides to bring a snack, believing the rabbit's message might help. Following the rabbit, Eagle approaches the lake where he encounters someone calm and mysterious by the fire. The woman reveals her identity using the rabbit, introducing herself and confirming her skill as a tamer. Fee, a young tamer, introduces herself and asks Eagle to support her instead of her former master. Fee claims she understands how to free herself from slavery, surprising Eagle with her confidence and skill. Meanwhile, the group learns Fabiola was intrigued by Haruto's decisions and sent Fee to investigate. Eagle questions Fee about living independently, challenging her desire to escape slavery for a freer life. Fee admits she prefers convenience and avoids work, which raises Eagle's doubt about her true strength. Fee questions her worth and compares herself to Fabiola, noting a surprising happiness in Eagle. Eagle attempts to explain love's complexity while Fee remains skeptical about its true existence. Fee asks Eagle to support her, fearing worse consequences if left to someone else's control. Eagle, recognizing her determination, agrees to accept Fee's request, forming a new bond. Fee and the rabbit playfully compete for food, showing light moments amidst their growing alliance. Fee praises Eagle's character before revealing she knows the hidden identity of the traitor among them. The guild lost 3 key teams, Decapitation Flash, Treasure Sword, and Serpent's Dream, due to intense conflict. The guild leader thanks remaining members, acknowledging the tough situation and shifting responsibilities ahead. Attention turns to Decapitation Flash's remnants, with concern over their trustworthiness and potential danger. The group debates reorganizing assignments, despite the threat of a traitor within their ranks. Fee supports maintaining unity, emphasizing the importance of courage and self-protection among the adventurers. The guild leader allows individual guilds to act independently as Fee introduces herself with the rabbit. Haruto explains Fee's role as a skilled tamer assigned to help find the traitor among them. Fee gains the group's cautious acceptance, especially after Treasure Sword's disbandment, reinforcing her vital role. Fee quietly observes a girl who once shared an intimate moment with Eagle in the lake. A tense meeting occurs as Fee and another adventurer face off, questioning each other's knowledge and intentions. Phoenix soars above the city, watching 4 guilds positioned at different gates preparing for conflict. The group moves swiftly toward the second gate to avoid being cornered by their enemies. Fee expresses hope to reunite with friends, while Eagle deems the goblins a dangerous nuisance. Suddenly, they face a sudden attack from aggressive goblins waiting inside the dark corridors. The adventurers break through the gate, pushing past enemies in a fierce attempt to escape. The group arrives at the second gate area, once used as soldiers' dormitories, now abandoned. Fee reveals traitors have appeared at the eastern and southern gates, warning others to stay alert. Suddenly, the adventurers become surrounded by a dense, unnatural fog, enveloping their surroundings ominously. Recognizing the fog, they recall it as the heavy mist previously used by Leonardo to confuse foes. Haruto suspects Leonardo might have joined the quest, increasing tension and uncertainty among the group members. Leonardo, an important companion, was killed by traitors 2 weeks prior, confirmed by the group. Fee admits she hasn't identified the traitor's human appearance, despite knowing their identity partly. Eagle explains that only humans can use job powers, pointing suspicion toward a human culprit. The traitor is a monster controlling job-powered abilities, commanding monsters to attack the adventurers. Fee suggests the traitor is a powerful tamer, orchestrating attacks through monsters' job abilities remotely. Fee and Eagle conclude the traitor is an S-rank adventurer capable of controlling powerful monsters. Haruto mourns his failure to protect everyone, overwhelmed by guilt and tears for fallen comrades. Eagle calls out desperately, worried about Haruto's condition and checking on the others' safety. Fee, Selena, and Eleanor confirm they're physically unharmed but blinded by the lingering fog around them. Eleanor prepares a powerful spell, summoning the sacred wind beast to clear the oppressive fog. The holy aerial bird appears in a swirling magic circle, ready to disperse the darkness. Eleanor summons the wind beast, gently clearing the fog and revealing the group's surroundings. The fog dissipates, but Haruto suddenly vanishes, causing alarm among the adventurers in the clearing. Fee sends her Black Wolf Fenrir to track Haruto, showing their plan to find him quickly. They report an ogre attacking nearby buildings, suspecting it's connected to a powerful S-rank adversary. Aware of the ogre's S-rank status, they decide to take shelter for rest and recovery. Fee feels weak after using magic. Eagle insists on carrying her despite others' protests. Eagle looks toward Eleanor, silently communicating the need to prepare for what lies ahead. As night falls, the group takes refuge in a building to rest and regain strength. Fee senses movement outside and reacts quickly, alert to potential danger in the dark. Eagle confronts Fee, questioning her about the heavy burden of her past and their mission. Eleanor cherishes the presence of Eagle and Selena, grateful for their support during hardship. She fears separation from Eagle, sharing emotional vulnerability and the pain of their fractured peace. Eagle comforts Eleanor with a kiss, expressing commitment and reassurance amidst their uncertain journey. Their intimate moment deepens, symbolizing love and connection despite the surrounding conflict and danger. Eagle promises never to abandon Eleanor, reaffirming devotion and protection through their heartfelt embrace. Eleanor expresses her deep affection for Eagle after their tender moment, revealing growing emotional intimacy. Their close embrace reflects trust and a desire to maintain closeness amid ongoing danger around them. Eagle encourages Eleanor to keep composed, mindful of others resting nearby during this vulnerable time. Their connection deepens, showing mutual support and comfort as they cherish each other's presence quietly. Eleanor feels content and cared for, finding strength in Eagle's unwavering companionship and protection. Eleanor shares a deeply emotional moment with Eagle, expressing vulnerability and intense connection between them. She promises to return to Eagle and their friends, reaffirming commitment despite uncertain challenges ahead. Their embrace symbolizes love and resolve, strengthening their bond amidst the hardships and looming dangers. The group learns multiple guilds face new attacks from the ogre, escalating the conflict quickly. Eleanor warns Eagle about the twins' danger, urging immediate action to protect them and others. At the southern gate, injured soldiers and frightened civilians show the brutal ogre assault's aftermath. Monsters invade the defense, overwhelming the gate's protectors and causing chaos with their ferocity. At the western gate, a small team rushes to find Levia, the only hope against monsters. Kuro and allies prepare defensive magic to halt the advancing monsters. Despite the overwhelming threat, Kuro unleashes powerful fireballs, attempting to stop the creatures with a fierce magical assault. Their attack causes significant damage, surprising the fighters with the impact on the monstrous foes. Mordred fights bravely, but the monsters show resilience, remaining unharmed and continuing their assault. Trapped in a dead end, the group faces a relentless barrage of endless swords from enemies. Eagle leaps into battle, swiftly striking monstrous foes threatening the city's gates with precision. He dodges and counters swiftly, demonstrating his exceptional combat skills against overwhelming enemies. Eagle's rapid attacks dismantle the monster's defenses, allowing his allies to regroup and prepare. The group stands united after Eagle's intervention, facing the monstrous threat with renewed hope. Grateful villagers and warriors thank Eagle for his heroic rescue from certain death. Eleanor appears unexpectedly, surprising the group with her confident presence and determined expression. The group reunites, expressing relief and curiosity about Eleanor's sudden return and her intentions. Eleanor acknowledges their welcome but hides deeper feelings behind a faint smile and composed stance. She commits to rescuing Sana and Luna, showing determination and willingness to take on the mission. As Eagle and others depart, Eleanor reflects on the importance of their bond and shared happiness. Eleanor declares her determination to resolve the conflict and bring peace, showing strong resolve. She questions the group about the origin of the attack orders, seeking clarity and accountability. They reveal the attack was orchestrated by Eleanor's sisters, fueling betrayal and complicated family ties. The group explains they were coerced into betrayal due to hostage situations and desperate circumstances. Eleanor suggests reconciliation, encouraging everyone to put aside weapons and unite like in the past. Tension rises as some hesitate to fully disarm, struggling to let go of old grudges. Despite doubts, the group feels genuine relief and hope, appreciating the chance to reconcile. Eleanor reflects on their flaws yet embraces unity, believing they can overcome past cruelty together. The group faces sudden attack, tensions explode as hidden resentments and fears ignite fierce conflict. One unexpected ally defends the group fiercely, intervening just as the battle intensifies dangerously. Eleanor summons a powerful aquatic dragon, revealing her strength and commitment to the fight. Both sides clash violently, moving swiftly with skill and determination despite emotional turmoil. Amidst chaos, a fierce argument erupts over protecting Eleanor and their fractured loyalties. Conflict intensifies as harsh words and weapons clash, revealing deep resentment and pain within them. The battle escalates with powerful sword techniques, displaying urgency and desperation fighting for beliefs. Despite being slaves, they assert their humanity, refusing to accept degrading treatment or submission. The conflict grows intense, with heated insults and fierce strikes fueled by anger and pride. The fight culminates in a passionate call to stand, move forward, and reunite with Eagle. The fight escalates as one combatant sustains a serious wound during the intense duel. Fear creeps in, revealing the vulnerable side of the wounded fighter amidst crashing swords. The female warrior explains her motivations, emphasizing the importance of protecting those she loves. Eleanor expresses disinterest in revenge, focusing instead on the girls and causing confusion. Eleanor launches a powerful magical attack, targeting the enemies she despises with force and precision. The enemy boasts about destroying their opponent, questioning the value of revenge from a distance. Eleanor surprises the enemy with a swift, unexpected kick, showing her agility despite her size. She confidently declares her intent to seize any opportunity during the fight for advantage. Their opponent begins casting a powerful spell, intending to end the conflict decisively and swiftly. Eleanor counters skillfully, launching a rapid, relentless barrage of attacks, maintaining pressure on the enemy. Eleanor stands firm amidst shattered ice, declaring her resolve and willingness to fight despite adversity. She summons a phoenix to distract the enemy, surprising them with her magical animal abilities. Using the diversion, Eleanor swiftly moves to attack, demonstrating strategic skill in combat. She calls upon her Moonwolf, combining speed and strength to overwhelm her opponent with rapid strikes. Eleanor unleashes a powerful move, Galebreaker, striking her enemy decisively and causing visible damage. Eleanor dismisses her opponent, expressing detachment and declaring their worthlessness with finality. The question of why she returned lingers, reflecting unresolved emotions and complex past decisions. Eleanor clarifies she hasn't truly returned, but came instead to offer a sincere farewell. The grand castle stood tall, a symbol of power where the king's daughter was raised carefully. Since childhood, she met many people formally, always feeling trapped by the royal duties imposed on her. She detected insincerity in their smiles, fearing the false warmth behind every courteous gesture. She finally found friends who truly accepted her, sharing genuine laughter and opening her heart. Suddenly, betrayal struck as they forced a slave collar onto her, shattering all trust in one moment. The princess met fierce opposition, her attitude fueling deep resentment from a determined, hostile rival warrior. She summoned a powerful water dragon spirit, preparing to unleash a devastating magical attack in battle. The rival warrior evaded swiftly, twisting mid-air to dodge the incoming watery assault with skill and agility. Despite the fierce fight, both admitted truths about their pasts and the harshness of their adventurer lives. The challenger, driven by jealousy, confessed to plotting the princess's death, revealing dangerous, long-lasting enmity. The princess assessed her rival's deadly speed technique. Realizing escape wasn't an option this time, the enemy launched a swift, precise strike, attempting to catch the princess off guard with a dagger. The princess parried, using her weapon to block while preparing to counterattack the monstrous water spirit. Both clashed fiercely amid rain and chaos, their skills tested as the water beast roared aggressively. In a desperate move, the rivals struck hard, shattering debris around as the princess narrowly avoided harm. The rival stumbled, blood dripping as she struggled to remain standing during the intense stormy fight. The princess, calm and composed, summoned her water dragon for a final, decisive farewell attack. The rival showed a bitter smile, recalling past cruel moments shared between them in captivity. She mocked the princess's pain, remembering when forced laughter masked her helplessness and suffering. The rival closed in with a deadly strike prepared, confident her attack would end the battle. The rival charged fiercely, screaming in rage as she attacked the princess surrounded by roaring water. The princess pleaded to live freely, rejecting her royal fate, begging her attacker to stop. Desperation overwhelmed the princess, her voice echoing with cries of "die" amid the heavy rain. The enemy's icy words confirmed the princess's inner self had already broken, lost in sorrow. Tears streamed down the princess's face as she questioned why her hope was cruelly shattered. The princess stood alone in the rain, tears falling as she questioned her lingering sadness deeply. A young cloaked man accidentally bumped into a desperate girl searching frantically through the crowded street. The girl cried out for help, tears streaming as she urgently pleaded to save someone named Sana. They huddled on broken steps after fleeing the palace, abandoned by their father and knights forever. She vowed to protect her younger sister Luna above all, recalling her dying mother's wish. In a dim chamber, Mother quietly entrusted elder daughter with Luna's safety before passing away. Their father squandered quest earnings on tavern drink, enraging his eldest over Mother's mounting medical expenses. Standing before her defeated father, she steeled resolve, preparing to uphold her solemn protective vow. Two sisters questioned if following their father was worth the risk to buy medicine urgently. The elder sister pushed the younger aside, shielding her from collapsing rubble during a powerful attack. She hit the ground hard, injured and struggling beneath the falling debris in the chaotic fight. The younger sister urged her to flee as monstrous enemies approached, confirming their knight's defeat. The injured sister vowed to fight alone, insisting her sibling escape to safety without hesitation. The younger sister begged Luna to listen and obey, tears streaming as danger closed in. Luna prepared to leave to get help, promising to return and rescue her injured sister. Monsters advanced, launching a powerful magical attack called light bombing. Angel Nova toward Luna's sister. Luna defended her sibling from harm, calling forth holy light to heal and protect her. Despite her flaws, Luna resolved firmly to fight, vowing to face the monsters herself. The monster swung wildly, but Luna dodged skillfully, starting to cast her light bombing spell. Her enemies advanced relentlessly, forcing Luna to move quickly as she struggled to complete the chant. She realized escape was impossible. Any strike from the monsters would surely end her life. Luna collapsed, overwhelmed and powerless, acknowledging her failure yet relieved her sister could flee. Despite defeat, Luna found solace in delaying the monsters, hoping her sister could live safely. Sana smiled through tears, feeling she fulfilled her promise to protect her sister at last. A stranger's voice reached her, acknowledging Sana's bravery and her strength as a sister. They faced monstrous foes together, the stranger unleashing a powerful endless sword attack against the enemies. Sana recognized Egil's clothing, shocked and filled with hope as he appeared in the rain. Egil reassured her with a smile, arriving just in time to save Sana from danger. Sana fell into Egil's arms, overwhelmed with relief and gratitude toward her brave sister Luna. Egil confronted the monstrous enemies, demanding to know their cruel reasons for hurting innocent people. He vowed to stop them, promising to return and protect his sisters from future dangers. The monstrous enemies disappeared into the rain, retreating deeper into the castle's shadowed gates. Egil revealed the traitor's location within the castle's third gate, planning to confront them directly. He tasked the sisters with waiting safely, while he entered alone to face the danger. The sisters pleaded for help and information, expressing worry about their lack of resources for assistance. Sana insisted they owed Egil compensation for his help, determined to repay his loyalty. Egil hesitated, but demanded compensation. Unsure how to feel about the sisters' promise, Sana and Luna nervously agreed, surprised and confused by Egil's harsh demands on them. He explained becoming slaves meant losing freedom, preventing reckless choices but binding them to his will. Bound in chains and stripped of freedom, the sisters accepted this harsh price for help. Sana resolutely declared her decision to become Egil's slave, embracing this grim new reality. Sana sealed their contract with a kiss, symbolizing their new bond and obligations to Egil. Luna reacted in shock, while Sana explained the contract's meaning as a serious commitment. Sana prepared herself for the responsibilities tied to her new role, facing her fears quietly. Luna nervously observed, overwhelmed by the implications and changes they both were about to face. The bond deeply affected them both, bringing complex emotions as they adjusted to their new reality. Egil assured the sisters the contracts were ended, their bond would be discussed when he returned. He left quickly, conflicted about protecting them through binding versus allowing their freedom and choice. Determined, he accepted responsibility, focusing on addressing the greater threat lingering beyond the castle walls. Following a trail of blood, Egil pursued the injured ogres through the ancient town streets. The blood led up winding stairs, forcing Egil to follow the dangerous path into the unknown. Egil's journey led to a tall tower where a mysterious figure awaited under stormy skies. The figure held rare flowers, denying Egil while Egil speculated about the real enemy's identity. Egil swiftly fought approaching ogres, demonstrating skill and focus amidst the relentless rain and danger. A cloaked adversary revealed themselves, acknowledging Egil had discovered their presence within the castle. Levia, leader of Sunset's Bond, confronted Egil, exposing herself as the traitor in this conflict. Egil confronted Levia, the leader of the rebels, demanding to know her true intentions. Levia expressed her desire to meet an S-rank adventurer like Egil, a god-chosen leader vessel. Egil questioned how she reached such a status, considering only a few can achieve S-rank. She explained that gaining experience and using the holy power stone in the Lake of Gods made her strong. Levia claimed the lake itself holds tremendous power, fueling adventurers and changing the balance of strength. Levia declared her plan to monopolize the Lake of the Gods' power for herself. Egil warned her she'd make enemies of all adventurers worldwide by pursuing such a goal. monsters gathered at Levia's command, preparing to confront Eagle and defend their leader's cause. Levia introduced herself as Uragirareta, leader of the monsters and a powerful demon lord. The opposing forces readied for battle under the relentless rain and looming storm clouds. Levia rejected Eagle's plea, continuing to fight fiercely as their battle intensified in the storm. She explained her drive to protect her monstrous family, who raised her with love and care. Born and raised by dragons, Levia viewed monsters as family, defending them against human threats. She revealed humans kill her family for power, unaware of their bond and grief caused. Levia justified her actions, vowing to massacre humans if necessary, stealing their power to protect monsters. Levia offered alliance, seeking strength to protect the slave girls Eagle cared for deeply. Eagle refused, valuing more than just power, determined to defend his beliefs and loved ones. Levia questioned Eagle's ability to face so many monsters alone, doubting his sword's limits. Realizing he was being tested, Eagle resolved to keep fighting, unwilling to retreat or yield. Surrounded and outnumbered, Eagle prepared to confront the massive army advancing under the heavy rain. Eagle wondered if the monsters acted out of loyalty or Levia's influence during the rainstorm. Levia rewarded Eagle's hesitation with mysterious objects, recognizing his kind nature and strength in battle. Eagle discovered the stones belonged to fallen comrades, revealing a deeper connection to past struggles. A dragon reminded Eagle of the world's imminent changes affecting humans and monsters alike. Levia predicted Eagle's difficult future decision, demanding he choose a path to protect those dear. Eagle questioned the changing world as Levia predicted a new era with her guild's rise. Levia named the guild Pandora's demise as the epicenter of the upcoming transformation. Levia bade farewell from atop a dragon, symbolizing the end of an era and new beginnings. Returning to the castle, Eagle was greeted warmly by the women who waited for him. Eleanor tearfully confirmed she fulfilled her promise, marking a hopeful reunion despite the storm. Eleanor smiled softly, her tears showing relief and hope after a long and difficult journey. She embraced Eagle, announcing her return, while others watched silently from the castle courtyard. The group questioned whether Levia was truly the traitor or something more complex now. Eagle declared Levia an enemy, warning the women of her dangerous ambitions and past actions. Concerned allies asked Eagle about his next steps, uncertain how to handle the looming threat. Eagle expressed his desire to protect those he loved, showing determination despite looming threats ahead. The women surrounding him smiled, their supportive presence strengthening Eagle's resolve for the struggles to come. Leaning close, Eagle asked if they'd remain by his side, seeking their steadfast loyalty. Eleanor kissed Eagle passionately, surprising the others, showing affection quietly amid tense, uncertain times. The group laughed at their boldness, sharing warmth and unity as they faced the difficult future. Eagle encouraged open communication among his allies, emphasizing the need for honesty in uncertain times. Fee was welcomed warmly, with a reminder of the care and attention she deserved from everyone. Eagle sought information about Haruto's whereabouts, showing concern and a need to close unsettled matters. A knight apologized deeply for abandoning his mission and allowing the traitor to escape previously. Eagle reassured the knight, refusing blame, reinforcing trust and understanding within their struggling group. The knight held holy stones, symbolizing fallen comrades, emphasizing the importance of honoring their sacrifice. Overwhelmed by emotion, the knight thanked Eagle for his support and guidance during difficult times. The assault on Goryei's fortress ended, leaving behind great losses and the need for reflection. Gathered for a meal, the group discussed their growing family and the challenges ahead. Eagle acknowledged the world's crisis, urging them to evolve beyond mere adventurers to protect what matters. Fee suggested recruiting more adventurers to strengthen their bonds and protect one another effectively. Eagle agreed and emphasized the importance of forming a guild for trust and organization. The group recalled how guilds originally represented family, inspiring them to create a new one together. They debated a fitting name, settling on an all-slave guild, despite some reservations about the title. Eagle envisioned a safe haven for adventurers, promising peace if they built the guild together. Eagle declared the fortress their kingdom, symbolizing unity and strength as the foundation of their future. The battle ended, and repairs commenced at Goryei's fortress with only a small group remaining. Despite the reconstruction efforts, some moments of personal connection offered brief respite amid ongoing challenges. Tensions mixed with tenderness as characters found ways to maintain bonds during demanding times. A moment of intense closeness underscored the importance of support and relief amidst their duties. Eleanor's unexpected interruption raised questions as the group searched for Egil, reflecting rising concerns. The group hastily prepared for the merchant's arrival, balancing duties and personal distractions. Selena tried to help keep things on schedule despite unexpected challenges and moments of tension. Her actions reflected dedication even amid the distractions that tested their focus and commitment. Afterward, Selena sought reassurance from Egil, strengthening their bond through quiet, supportive moments. Meanwhile, Sana worked hard behind the scenes, encouraging each other as they pushed forward together. Selena was teased about her close relationship with Egil, sparking curiosity among the group. The group discussed the challenge of gaining support, concerned about their limited number of followers. Egil met with a skeptical merchant, facing criticism about the practicality of his ambitions. The merchant questioned Egil's priorities, emphasizing the need for profitable ventures rather than ideals. Back at the fortress, the group prepared for another day, acknowledging ongoing difficulties with determination. Fee noticed the group's struggle with numbers and suggested a new strategy to Egil. She proposed settling people from overcrowded regions to increase their citizen count rapidly. Egil reflected on the violent conflicts in the continent of Shupilier, affecting many lives. Fee expressed hope that Egil's efforts could rescue these people from turmoil. Despite concerns about the continent's reputation, Egil felt determined to help and asked for guidance. Egil declared his resolve to personally secure the future of their growing country. Plans were quickly made for their journey, ensuring protection and arranging necessary transport across the sea. Fee volunteered to accompany Egil as a guide, offering support on the dangerous expedition. The group prepared to send them off, crossing the fortress's drawbridge under watchful eyes. Friends and allies expressed their hopes and concerns, promising to await their safe return. Egil confessed his unexpected feelings of missing his companions as they departed from the fortress. He expressed trust in their united strength and shared dreams, seeing them as a true family. Acknowledging Fee's support, he resolved to make their shared vision a reality with determination. Their journey began, heading toward the distant and troubled continent of Shupilier. Egil and Fee arrived at a hidden cove, guided to their waiting ship for the journey. Checking the vessel, Egil asked about its origin and ensured its readiness for the voyage. Fee learned about the ship's magical propulsion, preparing to take command and navigate the seas. The ship departed rapidly, leaving the rocky shore behind as it sped toward its destination. Fee questioned Egil's confidence in facing danger, wondering how he resolved to undertake this mission. Egil explained his belief in trust as the ship's lights approached the distant continent. The approaching ship was spotted, triggering alarm among coastal defenders preparing for intruders. Cannons were ready to stop the ship as suspicion and tension filled the air. The commanders ordered to sink the ship, expecting an enemy assault from the sea. Egil skillfully maneuvered the ship to evade attack, surprising foes with unexpected speed and agility. Egil noticed the cannons but remained calm, knowing their magic abilities surpassed them. He explained that in this land, magical artifacts replaced powers like his, weakening his impact. The coastal defenders warned Egil of death for invading Suinokuni territory but showed determination. Cannons fired relentlessly, attempting to destroy the ship despite Egil's maneuvering skills. Egil unleashed a magical defense of flying swords, ready to counter the aggressive assault. Egil commanded the flying swords to attack, creating a deadly shield against cannon fire. The attackers retaliated with a heavy barrage, attempting to overwhelm Egil's magical defenses. One defender recognized the assassin's skill, revealing her identity from the hostile territory. Egil tried to communicate, declaring he was not an enemy, seeking peaceful resolution. The assassin ignored his plea, determined to eliminate him despite his recent use of power. Kaya unleashed a powerful attack, aiming to decisively end the battle with overwhelming force. Egil recognized Kaya's power was different from Job's, urging her to reconsider her actions. Fee and Kaya shared a tense reunion, revealing a deep and complicated past between them. Egil arrived on the Shupilier continent, divided into 4 distinct and contested territories. They reached Mizumino Miyako, the largest floating town and bustling capital by the vast lake shore. As they explored, Fee and Kaya reunited, evoking memories of their shared past and changes. Kaya noticed Egil and questioned his identity, signaling a tense dynamic between the group. Egil introduced Kaya to Fee as his master, realizing this could complicate their diplomatic mission. Egil arranged lodging for the group in a room designed for 2 guests comfortably. He explained Fee's cautious nature on this continent, where trust is given sparingly and carefully. Fee revealed her intention to use her powers as leverage for migration negotiations. Curiously, Egil questioned the reason behind Kaya's animal-like ears and tail. Eagle resolved that gaining Kaya's trust would be crucial for successful diplomatic talks to follow. Kaya addressed her council explaining Eagle's connection to Fi and her reasons for trust. Kaya acknowledged their military weakness, suggesting Eagle's power might help reverse their dire situation. Despite skepticism, Kaya decided to keep Eagle under close observation during negotiations to monitor actions. Kaya accepted the risks involved, apologizing to Fi if this decision causes her pain. Fi and Kaya shared a heartfelt moment, expressing their longing and unresolved feelings from the past. Fi and Kaya shared a sincere moment, finding happiness despite uncertain and difficult circumstances. Fi revealed her concern for Eagle's well-being and sought Kaya's support for a difficult favor. Fi requested Kaya to lead all citizens to resettle in Eagle's country for safety. Kaya refused, determined to stay and defend her homeland despite the danger from Suinakuni forces. She expressed her resolve to protect the capital and its people, refusing to abandon them. Kaya refused Fi's request, deciding to rely on Eagle's strength and influence alone. Kaya admitted her power's toll but vowed to use it only until their conflict ends. Despite exhaustion, Kaya insisted she was fine and encouraged Fi to rest for recovery. Fi confessed her true purpose was to aid Eagle in the coming challenges. She expressed deep gratitude for Eagle's past help, pledging her loyalty moving forward. Fi decided to say farewell properly, planning to visit Ulysses and express gratitude again. Kaya's unusual outfit drew amused looks from guards, showing her boldness despite formal surroundings. At Mizumino Miyako near the border, armies prepared for a confrontation between opposing forces. The opposing army consisted of lifeless soldiers without any ego or soul, unsettling the observers. Eagle explained that these forces were undead, human in appearance but lacking any life. Kaya revealed a puppet master has joined the undead army, controlling them with dark power. Determined, Kaya prepared to unleash her unique power to counter and fight the undead threat. A dark force invoked the power of the Fox Priestess, summoning a momentary desire to fight. The seal was broken, releasing an enormous, menacing nine-tailed fox god into the battlefield. Kaya referred to the summoned beast as her cute pet, surprising her allies around her. The fox god was commanded to attack mercilessly and devour everything in its path. The massive beast charged forward, crushing enemy soldiers with overwhelming force and ferocity. The nine-tailed fox inflicted devastating damage, throwing soldiers through the air with overwhelming force. Inspired by the beast's frightful power, the soldiers rallied, ready to advance with renewed vigor. Despite the overwhelming strength, Kaya showed signs of physical strain from sustaining the fox's presence. The nine-tailed fox's power began to wane, revealing the cost and limitation of the summon. Eagle pondered the sacrifice Kaya made, comparing it to other holy beast summoners' dangerous exchanges. Kaya realized the enemy was gaining ground, worrying the city could fall that very day. Eagle declared his intention to fight, urging Fi to protect Kaya during the battle. Eagle explained his motives were personal, unrelated to the ongoing conflict or the city's fate. Eagle fought fiercely, cutting through undead enemies with confidence and overwhelming strength. Soldiers watched in awe, struggling to understand why Eagle chose to aid them in battle. Eagle's kindness reflected a rare softness and compassion, similar to the famous Ulysses figure. His gentle nature allowed him to be kind and understanding toward anyone in need. Fi and Kaya noticed Eagle's tendency to reach out and support others sincerely. Eagle encouraged them, promising freedom from burdens they had long carried alone with his power. With endless swords surrounding him, Eagle prepared to protect his allies with fierce determination. Kaya held on to hope despite the fierce battle cries and advancing enemy forces surrounding them. Her strength waned as exhaustion overtook her, struggling to stay upright in the midst of chaos. Fi and her companion rushed to support Kaya. She collapsed, showing their concern and care. Kaya rested at the shrine, her body reaching its limit, needing a crucial contract to survive. Villagers debated the risks and age of potential contractors willing to make the deadly pact. Eagle learned the nine-tail required blood contracts to sustain its embodiment and power fully. He heard of Kaya's mother, who suffered and died from similar sacrifices for her summoner duties. Eagle questioned his purpose, wondering if he was brought here to save Kaya from this fate. Fi tearfully pleaded with Eagle to save Kaya from her critical condition. Eagle was surprised to see Kaya awake, concerned about her own health and recovery. Kaya thanked Eagle for his help and support during the difficult situation. Eagle questioned why Kaya risked herself to save others despite no one saving her before. Kaya warned Eagle that making a contract would mean a lifelong sacrifice of his blood. Eagle expressed his commitment to save Kaya and willingly accepted the dangerous contract offer. Kaya admired Eagle's kindness, calling him a soft-hearted person, despite the harsh realities they faced. A ritual began with tension and concentration as they exchanged vital energy to sustain Kaya. The process intensified, showing the physical and emotional strain both endured during the connection. Kaya's body reacted strongly, needing more energy as she revealed her growing reliance on Eagle. Kaya believed a deep connection of mind and body would create a true binding contract with Eagle. She encouraged Eagle to remove his armor to heighten the bond through intimate contact and trust. Kaya's physical sensitivity increased, reflecting the profound effects of Eagle's life force in her. Her body reacted intensely, showing the deepening connection between them and the power transfer. Kaya acknowledged the warmth and strength she received, urging Eagle to bear the responsibility together. Kaya encouraged Eagle to begin their deep connection, urging movement to strengthen their bond further. Their embrace grew closer, as Kaya expressed the intensity and sacredness of their shared experience. Both shared passionate reactions, caught in the overwhelming sensations of their intertwined connection. Kaya felt waves of intense emotion and physical response, signaling the peak of their union. Despite Eagle's surprise, Kaya surrendered fully, driven by an uncontrollable need for their growing link. Kaya urged Eagle to give everything, warning about the nine-tailed god's intense demands. She experienced overwhelming sensations, signaling a significant transformation and the deepening of their bond. Meanwhile, masked warriors prepared to infiltrate Mizumino Miyako, intending to steal the nine-tailed's power. Masked warriors confronted the intruders, declaring they would not let them advance further. Kaya launched a sudden attack, leaping swiftly toward the masked enemies in defense. She created a powerful explosion, forcing the opponents to be cautious of their every move. Kaya skillfully wielded her blade, striking down an enemy with precise and deadly force. The attackers discussed using poison to protect Kaya, preparing for a final defensive stand. Kaya shared her origins as the nine-tailed god's host, born with her unique features. She explained her sealed fate as guardian, and the burden of leadership carried alone for years. Eagle expressed concern about her loneliness, promising to support her and share the difficult responsibility. He offered his loyalty and protection, inviting Kaya to trust him fully for the future. Kaya smiled warmly, playfully warning Eagle while cherishing their growing bond and mutual trust. An assassin attacks suddenly inside the shrine, catching the defenders off guard and causing chaos. Eagle and Kaya react to the assault, quickly assessing the danger and their limited options. The masked attackers reveal their goal is to steal the nine-tailed god's powerful energy. Kaya identifies the adversaries as soldiers from Tsuino Kuni, distinguished by their sun and moon masks. A new defender emerges, summoning numerous swords to confront the attackers with overwhelming force. The masked attackers threatened total elimination if anyone dared oppose their mission to capture power. They launched a swift and coordinated strike, catching the shrine defenders unprepared and forcing a counterattack. Kaya quickly recognized the assassin's weapon was an explosive blade, intensifying the danger for everyone. Eagle responded by setting off a controlled explosion, using it strategically to create a smokescreen. He countered swiftly, preparing a powerful strike to intercept and neutralize the advancing enemy attack. Eagle engaged in a fierce battle, surprising the opponents with his strength and skill in combat. The attackers recognized him as the warrior Livia had warned them about, causing them to hesitate. Eagle questioned the attackers about their connections to the Dark Guild and their true mission. The attackers confirmed their goal, to extract the nine-tailed power, following orders from a mysterious leader. Despite their objective, the attackers decided to retreat, acknowledging the current disadvantage against Eagle and Kaya. Eagle sensed something familiar about the retreating attackers, recognizing their unique presence and familiarity. Kaya hinted they reminded him of someone from his past, deepening the mystery surrounding their identity. The kingdom faced another monster attack, causing tension and concern among its defenders. Two women discussed a dangerous man, alerting each other to his threatening presence nearby. An older man admired the view, hinting at his connection to Eagle and deeper plans. The women questioned the stranger's knowledge of Eagle, cautiously debating his true intentions. The man reflected on despair and hope, suggesting a mysterious past driving his purpose. Dragons suddenly appeared above the kingdom, alarming the defenders and threatening imminent destruction. A powerful warrior swiftly destroyed the dragons, demonstrating exceptional skill and surprising onlookers. The warrior revealed himself as Silver Tusktail, once known as the legendary Sword King. He shared a meal with the women, earning their trust and admiration for protecting the kingdom. Silver Tusktail warned against betrayal, showing his seriousness by drawing his sword to emphasize loyalty. Silver Tusktail reflected on Egel's struggles, his emotions revealing a rare vulnerability after battle. He sought reassurance from the women, asking for their loyalty and promising protection despite risks. The women each pledged unwavering devotion to Egel, showing deep respect and affection for their protector. The warrior mused on Egel's hope, understanding its strength yet questioning its fleeting nature. He noted Egel's silent departure toward another continent, planning to rebuild without announcing his new kingdom. The women discussed the ongoing quest for the fort and the strange obsession surrounding it. Silver Tusktail thought deeply about the dangerous situation, sensing a deeper reason behind the conflict. Monsters, mercenaries, and thieves ravaged the kingdom, threatening its collapse and survival in Egel's absence. Silver Tusktail warned that the kingdom would be doomed if Egel's return faced such threats. The women in Silver Tusktail acknowledged the overwhelming challenges and debated how to protect the kingdom. Eleanor planned to reduce the population involved, hoping to end the ongoing quest and conflict. The women expressed concern as they discussed the risk of losing the kingdom without Egel. They declared their roles as Egel's wives, taking responsibility for protecting the kingdom in his absence. Silver Tusktail offered to negotiate an audience with the kingdom's king, despite doubts from others. Eleanor, the third princess of Cornelia, showed determination to seek an audience with the king. The group quietly planned their journey, deciding to travel towards the kingdom of Felitania. They kept their plans secret, hoping not to cause worry for Egel-sama back home. Meanwhile, a young man trained intensely in the countryside, pushing his limits under watchful eyes. Villagers recognized the man's strength and wondered if he could settle there permanently with Lady Kaya. Kaya's demeanor softened around Egel, sparking playful teasing by Fee about their close bond. Kaya feels emotional, as Fee reassures her about relying on Egel's support and protection. Fee admits she asked Egel for help, making Kaya thankful and deepening their mutual trust. Villagers gathered, curious about Kaya's reason for summoning them and sensing important news coming. Kaya announces her plan to relocate everyone to Egel's kingdom for safety and new beginnings. An elder voices concern, worried about surviving. Without Kaya on their ancestral land's final moments, Kaya expresses her deep care for the land but prioritizes protecting lives over staying. A strong warrior pledges to protect Kaya and everyone important to her without hesitation. Some villagers fear enemies will pursue them even if they cross the ocean to escape. The warrior promises to bring peace to both those who leave and those who remain. Kaya vows to fight to protect her country, refusing to emigrate until the battle ends. Kaya and her group learn the fallen soldiers include both Mizumi no Miyako and Suinokuni people. The revelation saddens them, showing the battle's wide-reaching losses affect both sides deeply. The scene shifts to Suinokuni Royal Palace, symbolizing power and looming danger in the story. Inside the palace, orders are given to capture the powerful nine-tailed girl at any cost. A ruler acknowledges his reign is ending as new, formidable threats challenge the kingdom's stability. A cold ruler scolds his subordinates for failure, warning their wishes will not be granted again. Two masked women express concern over lacking a strong adventurer to carry out difficult missions. The ruler punishes one with electrical magic, demanding results despite their desperate pleas for mercy. The women obey and leave quickly after the harsh command, fearful of further punishment. The ruler contemplates harnessing the nine-tailed girl's power, hoping to gain strength for his cause. Egel prepares to leave, determined and focused, while waiting for an important visitor's arrival. Egel rides swiftly with his companions, nearing the Suinokuni border as tension rises around them. Fee appears troubled, revealing that her hometown, Suinokuni, is causing her unease and concern. Fee recalls harsh memories of stealing food to survive in the impoverished, dangerous areas of Suinokuni. While fleeing, Fee quickly eats stolen bread, narrowly escaping from a desperate man chasing her. A mysterious girl with a weapon approaches quietly, surprising the fleeing girl as tension grows. A frightened girl encounters a mysterious woman who calms her, revealing a small puppy's presence. The woman gently offers her hand, inviting the girl to come with her, showing kindness. The girl recalls meeting Ulysses, who convinced her parents to allow her to live at their mansion. She learns basic human skills, language, and cooking, while adapting to her new comfortable life. Acting as an intermediary, Ulysses connects the girl with Kaya, the city leader and potential friend. Fee reflects on her past loneliness and believes someone sensed her feelings before meeting her directly. Kaya explains Ulysses told her how Fee enjoys discovering and learning about the visible world. Fee is reassured that honesty is the reason she connects so well with those who love her. Ulysses arrives, curious about the conversation. joining the group who openly express their affection for Egil. Despite the heat, the three friends laugh and embrace, showing a strong bond and mutual love. The friends enjoy their time together, wishing their peaceful days would last forever, but something changes. A distant city burns in the night, signaling danger and forcing the group to change their plans. Fee lies about their route, hiding the truth as enemies capture Ulysses in a sudden attack. Kaya fiercely defends her friends, rejecting the attacker's claims and protecting those dear to her. Fee admits her deception reluctantly, and the group urgently escapes to save Ulysses from capture. Kaya and friends escape by boat, but dangerous enemies arrive, trapping them near the rocky shore. Kaya calls for Ulysses despite difficulty hearing over ocean waves, desperate to reunite with her friend. The group faces capture unless they leave someone behind. Kaya courageously decides to stay alone. Ulysses reveals she knew about the deception to protect Kaya's feelings, accepting her fate. Leaving Ulysses behind, Kaya urges Fee to live on, calling her family despite separation. Egil recalls the painful past, feeling regret for not thanking Kaya or apologizing to Ulysses. Fee expresses doubt about accepting Egil as her master, requiring responsibility and commitment on his part. Egil confesses his feelings, asking Fee to love and accept him completely in return. The group prepares to move forward together, determined to confront and resolve their challenges ahead. Monumental fortress towers over battlefield where soldiers clash, cavalry charging infantry beneath imposing fortress walls. Within fortress courtyard, Egil's group watches soldiers perform seal release, unlocking Devil God Ninetails. Monstrous nine-tailed fox bursts from sealed shrine, rampaging through streets as defenders scramble for safety. In throne room, ruler commands capture of Ninetails girl, plotting to lure her here. Two masked agents burst into hall, discovering a collapsed soldier while the ruler scrutinizes her. The warlord Fozasta calmly introduces himself to S-rank adventurer Egil inside the fortress throne room. Egil stands confidently before Fozasta and Levia, his S-rank reputation evident among assembled royal soldiers. Levia acknowledges Egil's threat and orders her lethal puppets to enforce obedience with deadly precision. Fozasta declares intent to harness Ninetails' power, admitting he engineered war to gather corpses. Egil confronts Fozasta's cruelty, condemning the general for cursing innocents, orchestrating multiple brutal mass deaths. Fozasta taunts Egil, boasting about his puppet's loyalty, provoking intense anger in Egil's eyes. Egil attacks relentlessly, refusing to show mercy while fighting Fozasta's agile puppet assassins. Fee intervenes at a critical moment, stopping Egil from making a potentially fatal mistake. Fee fights fiercely, striking a puppet with impressive skill and determination amid battle chaos. Fee declares her intent to fight both puppeteers, prepared to face imminent danger carefully. Two fighters investigate mysterious masks, suspecting hidden skills behind their control over others. Close-up reveals ominous mask, hinting at dangerous power concealed by its sinister wearer. Masked warriors launch a coordinated attack, using swift, overlapping sword strikes in chaotic combat. Fee counters quickly, demonstrating sharp reflexes and powerful strikes against the masked adversaries. Fee executes a powerful technique, Sky Windburst, delivering a decisive, explosive blow to her opponent. Fee realizes the mask is unbreakable, a crystal created by powerful magic beyond normal means. Levia threatens Fee and friends, warning them that survival is impossible unless they obey orders. Fee accepts the harsh reality, preparing herself mentally and physically for the difficult battle ahead. Fozasta proposes an alliance to Egil, suggesting they conquer the world together as friends. Fozasta accuses Egil of using puppets indiscriminately, forgetting the essence and value of human hearts. Egil firmly declares his trust in Fee, warning Fozasta that puppets bring inevitable betrayal and death. Levia warns Fee she will regret killing her precious family, invoking emotional memories and guilt. Fee struggles with her emotions, unwilling to regret any more decisions in violent conflict. Fee unleashes a powerful explosive attack, targeting her masked opponents with sheer destructive force. Masked adversaries warn Fee not to interfere with their goals, rushing to confront her. Fee fights fiercely, determined to destroy the mask and stop the dangerous skills spreading. Fee discovers a way to weaken the mask's power, preparing a new strategy to break it. She casts a spell releasing a mantle, freeing the puppets temporarily from their control spell. Masked enemies respond by weaponizing dust from the mantle, trying to blind and confuse Fee. The puppets struggle to continue fighting despite the sudden visual impairment caused by dust. Fee confidently attacks head-on, focusing on the opponent's weak points despite limited power. Fee's combined attack shatters the crystalline masks, breaking the puppets' control and freeing them instantly. The puppets collapse, stunned and in agony, as the mask's power dissipates from their bodies. Fee realizes Levia's regret means the puppets are actually resurrected corpses controlled against their will. Outside, Eagle commands the crowd of puppets and villagers to eliminate the leader, increasing the chaos. The crowd roars wildly, ready to swarm and attack on Eagle's ruthless command without hesitation. Eagle declares his intention to destroy all puppets with one strike despite visible hesitation. The puppets cry for mercy, revealing lingering human emotions buried within their controlled bodies. Fozasta silences Eagle, dismissing the puppets' humanity as irrelevant to their violent purpose. Eagle faces aggressive attackers, but refuses to fight those being controlled, focusing on the puppet master. Fozasta mocks Eagle, calling the puppets soulless demons without hearts or emotions to reach. The villagers, still under puppet control, hesitate but plead with Eagle to ignore Fozasta's orders. Eagle tries to calm the crowd, explaining the plan to defeat the puppet master together. The puppets warn Eagle they can only break free momentarily and must defeat the enemy quickly. Fee thanks Eagle for rescuing them and urges him onward, hoping for victory. Surrounded by freed villagers, Eagle raises his sword, preparing to confront the puppet master. Fee entrusts Eagle with her safety, showing trust in his strength and leadership abilities. Eagle and Fee quickly move forward, leaving Fozasta shocked and confused by their sudden departure. Fee faces an injured enemy puppet, contemplating the toll of this violent battle on all. Fozasta angrily demands obedience from the puppets, struggling to control them as they resist. Eagle fiercely declares the puppets freed, no longer under Fozasta's control, ready to fight back. Eagle strikes decisively, killing Ulysses while Fee mourns, showing the harsh cost of battle. A fortress perched on a remote plateau loomed at dawn as adventurer uncovered secret refuge. Inside Grand Hall, Fox Sorceress knelt before fallen comrade, confessing she had concealed Ulysses' undead transformation. Finally reunited, blonde noble embraced Fox Sorceress tightly, tears streaming as forgiveness replaced years of regret. Fox Sorceress pressed tear-streaked cheek against Ulysses, offering heartfelt apology for having repeatedly lied to Ulysses. Ulysses bowed, gratitude in her eyes as she thanked Kitsune for rescue and familial acceptance. The trio embrace, forming lasting bond and promising mutual support after recent harrowing rescue mission. They arrive at a festive riverside inn. Villagers celebrate blossoms while newcomers observe respectfully, gratefully. Leader apologizes to sisters, acknowledging ignorance and accepting full responsibility for all recent unintended chaos. Two maidens reveal sisterhood with rescued noble, sharing genuine joyful smiles after long-separated families' reunion. Sisters question leader about former captives' safety, explaining conflict instigated by persistent Dark Guild rumors. Eagle listens as sisters explain their forced alliance with a manipulative figure wearing a mask. The sisters struggle to recall memories from when they were under the mask's influence. Kaya accepts their apology, recognizing their hearts were controlled during the chaos of war. Kaya offers her forgiveness and suggests they move together to start anew in Eagle's kingdom. As night falls, Eagle quietly notices Fee's unexpected arrival, while peaceful statues watch under the moonlight. The group arrives at a peaceful forest clearing where Ulysses' grave stands bathed in sunlight. Ulysses requests Eagle to sit behind her, seeking comfort and closeness to face her emotions. Eagle wraps his arms gently around Ulysses, creating a protective and reassuring embrace. Ulysses admits feeling ashamed, unable to express gratitude to those who saved and cared for her. Eagle reminds her that his happiness was a precious gift, bringing meaning to their bond. Ulysses reveals she heard Fee's voice after death, urging Eagle to care for her. Fee's spirit appears asking if Eagle is content now as she watches silently. Eagle comforts Ulysses, reassuring her that Fee can rest peacefully in their protection. Ulysses promises to meet Fee again by sharing all beautiful memories with Eagle in a tender moment beneath the moon. Ulysses confesses her love to Eagle. Eagle and Ulysses share a tender kiss in the forest, illuminated by soft sunlight. The kiss deepens, expressing their affection and strengthening their emotional connection. Ulysses seeks comfort while Eagle reassures her, promising pleasure and care, remembering Fee's feelings. Ulysses boldly reveals her desire to feel Eagle's warmth directly, shedding her fears and clothing. Eagle responds with gentle touches, deepening their intimate connection beneath the soft moonlight. Their closeness grows, trust and affection building, despite lingering vulnerability and tender hesitation. Ulysses surrenders to the moment, overwhelmed by emotions and sensations shared with Eagle, their bond sealed with a heartfelt kiss, blending comfort and passion in the quiet forest. Eagle and Ulysses communicate their desires, deepening trust and openness in their intimate encounter. Ulysses, seeking comfort, confirms her willingness to share vulnerable moments with Eagle's support. Eagle matches her request, holding Ulysses closely, blending physical closeness with emotional connection. Their interaction intensifies, highlighting their strong bond and willingness to explore new experiences together. Both surrender to the moment, embracing vulnerability and strengthening their relationship through shared trust. Ulysses expresses a deeper emotional connection, feeling and understanding others' emotions more really clearly now. They embrace warmly, sharing a sense of safety and happiness as Eagle encourages gentle movement. The closeness intensifies, emotions visible as they share a private and deeply vulnerable experience together. Support and care flow naturally. Eagle comforts and reassures Ulysses throughout their quiet, intimate moment. Their bond strengthens, sealing their commitment and affection as they share a tender, meaningful kiss. Ulysses and Eagle share a moment of closeness as their connection reaches a new level of intimacy. Ulysses expresses intense emotion, clearly overwhelmed yet comforted by their deep physical and emotional bond. Feeling satisfied and cared for, they prepare to leave the forest as cold air approaches. Eagle tenderly comforts Ulysses, reminding her that her happiness is what truly matters most. Suddenly, a mysterious noise from the bushes alerts them to an unexpected presence nearby. Elizabeth, disguised as a rabbit, delivers an urgent message to Fee and Eagle during their moment. Fee attempts to receive the message through the phoenix eye connection, but interference disrupts communication. Fee asks for assistance to clarify the situation, wondering about Eleanor's condition and recent events. The phoenix flies swiftly to scout from above, while Eagle and Fee prepare for possible danger. Fee reveals alarming news. Fort Goreus and their castle are in serious trouble. Fort Goreus faces a fierce attack as armored soldiers prepare to defend the castle's crumbling walls. Fee and Eagle discuss the cavalry forces invading their kingdom, concerned about the escalating conflict. Fee explains a prior message about the approaching threat, while a carriage moves steadily toward Swinakuni. The Philistania kingdom comes into view, large and imposing, impressing Fee and her companion Sana. A guard demands to see the traveler's permit, stopping the carriage at the kingdom's entrance gate. Showing an adventurer card, the travelers are allowed to pass, relieved yet cautious about their arrival. They praise Mr. Silver's reputation as the legendary Sword King while traveling through the kingdom. The group arrives at the castle gates, awaiting permission to enter and meet with the king. An official announces the king's imminent appearance, surprising the group as anticipation builds. Reno, a fierce swordswoman in revealing armor, makes a striking entrance, catching everyone's attention. Fee explains Reno's background as Eagle's skilled companion, clarifying her importance to the group. Reno's shyness is explained, urging the group to quickly proceed and meet the king. They enter the grand palace, anticipation mounting as they walk through the ornate halls. Before the throne, Fee introduces herself formally as the former third princess of Cornelia. She reveals her marriage to Eagle, surprising the king with their connection and mission. Fee requests the king's help to stop the ongoing quest on their land for adventurers. Fee formally requests the king to recognize and proclaim the founding of their new country. The king reviews a detailed list of quests and asks to hear about the nation's founding first. The king denies authorizing the Goreus quest, revealing it was supervised by the Chivalry Guild instead. Suspicion arises among the king's advisors, and they suggest postponing the discussion to investigate further. The king offers to set a future date to discuss the nation's founding with Mr. Silver. Fee and her companions sense tension as something unexpected unfolds, catching their attention suddenly. They gather in a tavern discussing potential threats while enjoying a quiet meal together. Concerns rise about unknown enemies targeting their kingdom, increasing their anxiety about future dangers. They agree to meet the king again tomorrow, recognizing the urgency but limited options now. Night falls on the quiet village, as Fee and Reno rest cautiously, preparing for what comes. Fee and her companions rest together, seeking comfort and safety after recent tense events. Suddenly, footsteps approach, disturbing the quiet night as a mysterious figure enters the room. Reno confronts the intruder armed and wary, questioning their unexpected presence without warning. The group gathers cautiously, curious about the stranger who remains calm despite their suspicion. The woman introduces herself as Alma Ranisa, her identity adding intrigue and uncertainty to the group. Fee and her friends sense danger from Alma, recognizing her intimidating and mysterious aura immediately. Reno draws her sword, prepared to attack Alma, who remains calm despite the sudden threat. Alma assures them she means no harm and is merely here to observe quietly. Fee is confused when Alma addresses her specifically, withholding important information about her identity. Alma departs gracefully, leaving behind an air of mystery and unresolved questions among the group. Alma insists she only came to observe, but Reno mistrusts her explanation and keeps her sword ready. Reno demands answers, refusing to let Alma leave without a confrontation, tension escalating rapidly. Reno summons powerful flames from her sword, preparing a fierce attack to test Alma's reaction. The group watches in awe as the intense heat from Reno's flames fills the room. Surprisingly, Alma remains calm even as the flames scorch her clothes, showing impressive resilience. Reno charges at Alma with fierce determination, ready to end the confrontation with one strike. Alma evades skillfully despite the confined room, taunting Reno about her oversized weapon. Fee rallies the others to pursue Alma, unwilling to let her escape without answers. The fight causes massive destruction inside the building, unsettling Fee, who questions the collateral damage. Alma declares she won't hold back and is prepared for a brutal, relentless battle. Alma reveals shadowy tentacles, surprising Reno and escalating the battle to a new level. She urges Reno to surrender, but Reno struggles to evade Alma's fast, piercing strikes. Reno commands her flaming sword to launch a powerful attack, desperate to gain advantage. Alma acknowledges Reno's timely attack, showing a rare moment of respect between them. Fee and her allies join the fight, unleashing powerful magic to support Reno fiercely. Fee and Eleanor combine powerful spells to launch an intense magical attack on Alma. Alma effortlessly blocks their combined attack, revealing her overwhelming strength compared to their efforts. Refusing to yield, Reno and Eleanor prepare to continue their relentless assault on Alma. Despite their determination, Alma remains unfazed, showcasing her superior combat ability and control. The battle intensifies as Fee and Eleanor launch a coordinated attack, while Reno defends fiercely. Alma apologizes, expressing regret for causing harm. Appearing calmer and more composed now, she advises the group to return home quickly, mentioning someone named Egil who will be saddened. Fee and her friends react with confusion, asking Alma for clarification about Egil's identity. A messenger rushes in urgently, warning that Fort Goliath is under attack and immediate action is needed. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the group prepares to respond quickly to the dangerous threat. Alma disappears quietly, leaving Fee and her friends to regroup and consider their next steps. Eleanor vows to fight fiercely, driven by loyalty and determination to protect Egil at all costs. A messenger explains a sudden attack occurred after a royal audience, with suspicious behavior involved. The king suggests attackers searched for something, rather than targeting the kingdom itself intentionally. Urgency rises as they decide to witness the event firsthand, hurrying towards the castle. Meanwhile, intense combat erupts at the castle gates. Knights battle fiercely against unknown enemies. Fee and friends arrive, shocked by the scale and ferocity of the unexpected battle. Fee and friends discover the ruins caused by the mysterious attackers. Standing shocked above, they identify the attackers as cult members dedicated to Hephaestus, god empowering monsters and adventurers. Fee laments the cult's cruel actions, questioning why believers steal others' happiness. An elder explains Egil faced the cult before, emerging from hell once, warning of repeat. Determined, Reno and the group vow to defend Egil's home and confront the threat. Eleanor hears Egil's voice calling her, causing emotional distress among Fee's group. Eleanor tries to speak, revealing something important as tension rises beneath the full moon. Egil explains he cannot reach Eleanor or the others, expressing gratitude for their efforts. Confident in their safety, Egil urges a quick return home to regroup and recover. The group approaches a large, peaceful building, offering a momentary sense of calm. Egil and Kaya are surprised by Levia's sudden arrival and demand to know her purpose here. Levia offers to lend her power but requests an invitation to Egil's kingdom in return. Egil questions Levia's true intentions, suspicious of her hidden motives behind the offer. Egil reluctantly agrees to invite Levia under strict conditions to protect the kingdom. Egil stresses the urgency to return home quickly and requests Levia's help in transportation. Egil decides to stay and restore peace before relocating, asking Fee to wait for contact. Fee's friends insist on accompanying Egil to fight and protect their sister from danger. Dragons arrive at the kingdom, signaling the beginning of a serious and potentially dangerous battle. Egil prepares to leave, but Kaya stops him for a private and emotional moment. Kaya and Egil share a tender kiss, while Fee feels embarrassed yet hopeful for the future. Fee hesitates but agrees to trust Egil, clutching a black cat nervously in her hands. Egil kisses Kaya, gently revealing complex feelings as Fee and friends watch with surprise. Eagle promises to bring happiness to everyone, including Selena, showing his determined spirit. Eagle mounts a dragon, preparing to fly out with allies towards the looming threat. With resolve, Eagle urges everyone to wait for his return as he heads into battle. Fi and allies observe the kingdom under threat, watching enemy soldiers gather at the first gate. A leader raises a sword invoking God's hegemony, instructing Rhino to lead forces to distract enemies. Hundreds of knights and soldiers charge forward, preparing to defend the kingdom heroically. The illusion of endless enemy reinforcements confuses the attackers, buying precious time for defenders. The battle begins with both sides clashing fiercely, a massive confrontation unfolding at the gates. Knights struggle to kill a relentless enemy, confused and frustrated by his apparent invincibility. Reno prepares a powerful fire spell to break the enemy's defenses and end the confusion. Reno casts Scorching Meteor, raining flaming destruction down on the opposing soldiers fiercely. Reno urges Fi to retreat quickly after halting the enemy's advance with her magic. Fi and Reno resolve to protect the kingdom together until Eagle's safe return. Fi and her group ride swiftly toward the castle, determined to confront the enemy directly. Clad figures search for something valuable, holding a rare flower that could be a secret target. Fi and her companions see enemy soldiers breaking through the castle gate, urgency rising sharply. Fi takes charge to block the enemy, telling friends to attack during her hold. Fi summons magical wolves called Light Fenrir to confuse enemies and protect the castle entrance. Fi commands Light Fenrir to emit blinding light, disorienting enemy soldiers at the castle gate. Enemy knights shield their eyes, struggling to see, allowing Fi's group to exploit the confusion. Fi attacks from above, joined by allies using precision magic to hit multiple targets rapidly. Despite enemy losses, the gate remains closed, frustrating the defenders outside the castle walls. One brave member steps forward, determined to send a signal to comrades inside for backup. Gesundorf arrives unexpectedly, having followed the group to assist in their mission. He instructs to send a signal while he stays on guard, watching for danger. Eleanor is nearly attacked from behind but warned just in time to defend herself. Selena expertly fights off the enemy, protecting the group with swift and deadly strikes. The group catches breath, thankful for Selena's help while remaining cautious in the battle. Gesund and Eleanor return to the command post, bringing news of the ongoing difficult war situation. Inside the command post, leaders discuss the overwhelming enemies despite adventurers' valiant efforts at every gate. Eleanor sees the overcrowded and injured in another building, realizing the dire strain of the battle. She questions their chances, struggling with fear and uncertainty about protecting herself and others. Determined, Eleanor decides to fight on, preparing to unite the adventurers as Eagle's future wife. Eleanor asks for all adventurers to gather at the castle to confront the enemy directly together. She vows to lead the forces herself, determined to reclaim her role and save their people from defeat. The kingdom faces its greatest crisis, but the people trust Eagle-sama and remain united. Eleanor declares she will fight to protect their family and stand strong with allies. She announces the founding of the Kingdom of Volts to rally and inspire her people. Eleanor commands vanguards to fight front lines while others protect the rear, coordinating defense plans. Calling on a sacred beast, Eleanor prays for guidance and victory in the chaotic battle. Eleanor summons a unicorn, which brings a healing light over the entire castle, boosting everyone's strength. Wounded soldiers feel their injuries heal while Eleanor collapses, exhausted from expending so much magic power. Selena praises Eleanor's leadership, calling her Eagle's queen, and encourages her to avoid recklessness. Selena prepares to defend as a new enemy wave approaches, trusting Eleanor's leadership to keep them united. The defenders fire arrows and magic together, striking back at the advancing enemy with renewed hope and energy. The frontline defenders fight with renewed energy, slicing through enemy forces with powerful attacks and determination. Selena holds the line fiercely, defending her allies while the situation grows more chaotic and intense. Despite their strength, the heavy rain hinders their archers. Enemy attacks grow fiercer and reach further. Enemy troops manage to block arrows and counterattack, pushing the defenders back into dangerous territory. Eleanor realizes that the arrows can't provide enough support through the heavy rain, worrying about their defense. Selena rallies the archers to focus on defending the gate rather than attempting to attack. The enemy mocks their persistence, questioning how long they can endure the prolonged defense. Heavy infantry arrive, threatening to destroy the gate quickly and break through the defenses. Selena, Gesund, and others prepare to repel the attack, determined not to let enemies pass. The enemy force charges with a massive log battering ram, smashing into defenders with overwhelming force. Enemy soldiers declare their intent to destroy the gate and dismiss the adventurers as weak. Selena admits her weaknesses but insists on protecting her family and comrades no matter the cost. She stands firm at the gate, determined to defend it even if it means sacrificing herself. Selena bravely fights against overwhelming odds as Eleanor urges her to retreat for safety. Amidst the chaos, Selena's sword clashes with enemy weapons. Holding the line with unwavering resolve, Selena, despite exhaustion, feels a renewed sense of hope and determination during the intense battle. She and Eleanor share a brief moment of encouragement, bonding over their shared struggles and resolve. Eleanor is moved to tears, overwhelmed by the strength of their unity and fight. Two new warriors arrive with swords drawn, ready to support Selena and Eleanor in battle. The newcomers join Selena, vowing to make their enemies regret underestimating the defenders' determination. The newcomers reunite with Selena, bringing fresh hope and reinforcements amid the ongoing battle. Enemy warriors demand to know who dares challenge them, showing disbelief and anger at the intrusion. Eagle Volts boldly declares himself king, asserting his authority in the chaos of the battlefield. He challenges the enemies, confronting their leader with the promise of defeating their small forces quickly. Eagle and his companion launch a coordinated attack, effortlessly taking on multiple enemies with skill and determination. Eagle faces multiple enemies, their disbelief evident as they challenge his lone presence in battle. The heavy blows cause sparks and strain on Eagle's sword, signaling potential weapon damage soon. Despite the stress, Eagle maintains focus, refusing to show weakness despite the mounting pressure. Selena and Chloe watch anxiously as Eagle is attacked but reassures them he's unharmed. Eagle's calm composure surprises enemies, who are unable to predict his next decisive move in combat. Eagle summons countless swords in a dazzling display of skill, creating an overwhelming offensive attack. The massive sword shower crashes down on enemies, forcing them into defensive chaos and disarray. After the attack, Eagle stands calmly among discarded swords, prepared for the next challenge. Enemy soldiers react with shock and disbelief at the unexpected power they face in battle. Eagle commands all enemies to retreat immediately, warning them of devastating consequences for resistance. Eagle warns enemies that any who advance will perish under his overwhelming power and resolve. A terrifying dragon named Livia arrives unexpectedly, devastating the battlefield and striking fear into foes. Eagle commands Livia to cease its attack, attempting to control the dragon's destructive rampage. A mysterious woman reminds Eagle of the ongoing danger, urging continued vigilance against future threats. Outside the fortress, the Allied forces survey the aftermath, recognizing the battle's end but wary of future. The group debates whether Eagle should be approached, worried about painful memories from the past. They decide to postpone meeting Eagle, focusing instead on a more urgent and important mission. Selena reunites emotionally with her siblings, relieved to see them safe after the brutal battle. The sisters express their gratitude warmly toward Eagle, thankful for his protection and support. Eagle and the group quietly share a moment together, their bonds strengthened by recent trials. Eleanor warmly welcomes everyone back, relief and happiness shining in her eyes after the battle. The entire group stands united, survivors and friends, protecting what they hold most precious together. Eagle declares his return home, signaling the end of conflict and a new beginning for all. After the battle, attendants inspect fallen enemies but find no useful clues about their identity. Eagle invites his companions to share breakfast, signaling a moment of calm and normalcy together. During breakfast, they express mutual gratitude for survival and protection through difficult times recently. They report the enemies wore identical armor, purposely disguising their identities to remain hidden. Though many adventurers were present, all oath-bound by suicide, their country of origin remains a mystery. The group wonders if the large-scale attack relates to heroin they found being dug up nearby. They discuss the cult's extreme loyalty, including suicide acts, suspecting heroin might be a crucial clue. Deciding to use heroin as a guide, they prepare to search for answers together. Meanwhile, Sana cares for her sick mother with determination, regretting not being with her sooner. Sana's sisters comfort her, promising to find a cure and save their mother's life. Eagle clutches plants, guiding the group to investigate something unusual nearby, showing concern and focus. They discover a hidden, dark stairway concealed beneath rubble, suggesting secretive activities or entrances. The group finds a secret door at the stairway's end, indicating a hidden area beyond. The door is magically sealed, blocking their entry and complicating their mission significantly. Despite obstacles, the group is amazed the hidden passage was found behind a private residence. A man confronts Eagle angrily, but Eagle tries to calm him down and explain. Eagle asks Livia about the place, hoping to understand the cult's reckless ambitions. The group listens closely as Eagle demands to know what lies hidden within the secret room. They discover God's Lake, a mysterious and important location tied to the cult's motives. A scroll reveals the lake exists to give adventurers jobs fighting monsters, explaining cult's purpose. God's Lake is a dark cave believed to grant power through a mysterious power stone fountain. The lake's power sustains monster hunters, but the effects threaten the survival of some families. The group learns the lake exists to keep people fighting monsters, despite its harmful consequences. Eagle and companions question how cult members knew of this place despite its deadly reputation. God's Lake creates perfect conditions for monsters yet simultaneously causes death, making it a paradoxical place. The presence of heroin plants indicates a nearby special heat source linked to God's Lake. The group asks if the magical seal on the hidden door can be broken, but it cannot. Levia insists the door hides God's Lake, and she wants to confirm what's truly inside. Egil and Levia ponder if the lake will bring hope to monsters or humanity instead. The women excitedly celebrate finally obtaining new volumes of a much-anticipated book series. They discuss the lack of bookstores in the Kingdom of Volts, making shopping trips rare. Suddenly, a striking woman catches attention, sparking curiosity and admiration among the group. She apologizes for not looking where she was going but assures she's unharmed. The companions notice her beauty and figure, comparing her favorably to their own friends. The women react with surprise as the striking woman reveals an unconventional book series she enjoys. She expresses her fondness for the author, sparking curiosity and mutual interests among the group. The conversation turns to reading preferences, surprising the women with her taste for extreme stories. Imagining the woman's reading habits, the others are shocked by her bold, unconventional interests. Despite the shock, one friend admires her unique tastes and hopes to share similar interests someday. The two women part ways after briefly mingling in the crowded marketplace, promising to meet again. Inside a secure mansion, a confident woman named Rayone arrives late, greeted by sharp-tongued companions. Tensions rise as Rayone taunts her friend, mocking vulnerabilities and playing with her emotions quietly. A new task is assigned to Rayone: capture a dangerous cult believer for interrogation. Ready for action, Rayone wields a weapon, her expression fierce as she prepares to strike. The war ended, people cleaned up and migrated, celebrating the founding of a new country together. Villagers and newcomers gathered in the bustling market, sharing smiles during the festive occasion. Eagle and companions welcomed new citizens warmly, sharing food, drink, and joyous fellowship. Among new friends, promises were made to work together, fostering a thriving community. Everyone raised their mugs in celebration, united by hope and the promise of peace. Fi returns home, greeted warmly for rescuing her sister, joining the group in celebration and gratitude. The women quietly wonder who will be Eagle's companion this evening, revealing subtle tension among friends. Laughter breaks the tension as Eagle dismisses the teasing, bringing lightness to the lively gathering. Eagle expresses hope for unity between the country's people and those from Lake City. Everyone raises their mugs enthusiastically, ready to enjoy the night and strengthen their bonds. Eagle finally relaxes in a bath, trying to ease his restless mind and weariness. He worries about constant threats and unresolved dangers while a mysterious figure approaches silently. Two women join Eagle, offering support despite their worries and the risks involved. They explain the festival's tradition, promising to challenge him together and strengthen their bond. The three share a vulnerable moment, recovering from past pain and preparing for future challenges. Two women share an intimate moment with Eagle, expressing long-held feelings and deep connection. Their closeness grows as they recall a significant kiss that shaped their complicated relationship. A playful disagreement arises over how to express affection, revealing lighthearted tension among them. Eleanor takes the lead, guiding Eagle gently, deepening their emotional and physical bond. Her desire is clear as she seeks to connect more deeply, cherishing his response. Two women approach Eagle intimately in the bath, expressing longing and desire, heightening emotional tension. As they draw close, one woman asks Eagle whether he remembers their meaningful first kiss. In the bath's soft light, one friend guides the other's gesture, correcting affectionate intent playfully. Eleanor gently leads Eagle's hand, demonstrating how to deepen their emotional connection and touch intimately. She watches Eagle closely, eager to witness his genuine response, blending affection with curiosity softly. Two women express satisfaction and closeness, deepening their intimate connection with Eagle in quiet moments. Eagle invites them to continue their time together in private, increasing anticipation and tenderness in the scene. Selena expresses urgency, while Eagle prepares to respond carefully, balancing care with passion. With determination, Selena asks for a deeper connection, and Eagle eagerly responds to her wish. Serena nervously adjusts as Eagle encourages her, highlighting the trust and vulnerability between them. Eagle asks if the experience feels different, emphasizing their cautious but growing intimacy. Eleanor offers comforting support, easing Serena's sensitivity, strengthening their emotional and physical connection. Eleanor reminds Serena of their shared bond with Eagle, highlighting the balance among his partners. Eagle intensifies his effort to communicate love and care, deepening Serena's emotional and physical response. Serena experiences a mix of nervousness and trust as she opens up physically, supported by her partners. Eagle attentively checks in, responding to Serena's feelings and deepening their connection with care. Serena reaches an intense emotional moment, expressing strong affection and vulnerability toward Eagle. Eleanor joins, encouraging Serena while reinforcing the group's shared bond and mutual love. The scene shows the complexity of their relationship, with Serena feeling overwhelmed but supported through it all. The characters share a moment of intense physical connection, each encouraging the other to keep going. Eleanor expresses satisfaction, showing her eagerness to continue despite the intensity of their interaction. The group experiences overlapping sensations, exploring their complex feelings and physical closeness. They share heartfelt confessions, revealing their fears and hopes for lasting togetherness and trust. The scene concludes with a mix of emotional release and a quiet moment of vulnerability. Eagle notices the women's energy despite the long night, showing their enduring connection and care. The women invite Eagle to join, smiling warmly, revealing trust and a shared commitment to intimacy. Their closeness continues as they spend the entire night deepening their emotional and physical bond. Eagle reminds them gently they are partners, not possessions, emphasizing respect within their relationship. They discuss a collar's magical restraint, hinting at mysterious forces shaping their shared lives. Eagle discusses a powerful magic seal linked to collars, suggesting a spellcaster might undo it. The group reflects on their intense night as a playful character suggests joining next time. Eagle questions who removed Phi's collar and inquires about lifting the God's Lake seal. They discover Cornelia Youth, a kingdom for adventurers, which may hold answers to their problem. The group discusses traveling to Cornelia Youth for clues about breaking the God's Lake seal. Cornelia Youth is introduced as a land created and inhabited by adventurers with a unique culture. The kingdom once was dangerous and monstrous but has since flourished, raising questions about its current state. Leaders express concern for their nation's future but encourage Eagle to investigate personally. Eagle insists on handling the mission himself, showing determination despite others' offers to assist. Concerned, the group urges Serena to reveal the truth about her condition and experiences. Eagle hesitates but begins to reflect deeply, trying to find the right words to share. He reveals betrayal at Cornelia Youth, a painful memory connected to a pivotal woman. A mysterious figure named Rudiana Mauritia appears, insisting Eagle is the only one who can act. Together, they revisit the ruins of a monster-filled Cornelia Youth from Eagle's troubled past. Eagle reflects on his deep care for Rudiana, revealing his emotional connection from the past. As rain falls, Rudiana suddenly pushes Eagle off a ledge, creating shock and confusion. Rudiana apologizes, her sorrow evident as she faces the consequences of past choices. Back home, Eagle admits he's avoided Cornelia Youth due to painful memories and betrayal. Determined to confront his past, Eagle prepares to return with Phi, seeking closure and strength. The group debates including Levia for her knowledge despite doubts about trusting her fully. They acknowledge the risks of tampering with God's Lake, but consider Levia's insights essential. Eagle prepares to leave immediately, promising the kingdom's support and expressing his serious resolve. The journey begins as the group departs, moving toward the uncertain challenges ahead. Eagle encounters a large dragon, noting signs of weakness and concern for the creature's condition. Eagle acknowledges his vulnerability but masks it with strength, surprised by the dragon's indifference. A group of determined women stands ready, prepared to face the difficult journey together. They assure Eagle their painful pasts won't stop them from supporting and accompanying him. Each member shares a traumatic history, united by betrayal, loss, and hardship endured. Despite suffering, Eagle's leadership and care have saved them all from despair and darkness. The group offers heartfelt support, asking Eagle to embrace the future together with them. Eagle sits quietly in a central square, meeting a stranger who shares important information. The stranger informs Rudiana of Eagle's arrival. Hope for reconciliation and new beginnings grows. Eagle and his group rush through the forest, defending themselves from relentless bandit attacks. Eagle questions the increasing bandit presence near the adventurers' land, preparing to fight strategically. The group encounters unexpected resistance, surprised by the number and fierceness of the attackers. After the fight, they emerge from the forest greeted with gratitude for their efforts. Approaching Cornelia Youth, Eagle admires the kingdom's impressive development and complex architecture. Eagle shows his adventurer card at the gate, gaining permission to enter Cornelia Youth. The group notices the guard's unusual lack of reaction to Eagle's rare, powerful adventurer card. Cornelia Youth is filled with adventurers, yet the guards appear lifeless, like soulless dolls. The women observe the guards' eerie behavior, concluding they seem unaware and detached from reality. They learn about rouge disease, a magical curse eroding souls, incurable by any doctor. The group wonders why adventurers are cursed, hoping the spellcaster can provide answers or help. They decide to split up, with some seeking the spellcaster while others await at the inn. Observing the town, they notice adventurers relaxing without quests, seeming like easy targets for monsters. Eagle and the group recognize the town does not match their idealized image, noticing many bandits. Eagle concludes the country is not as they believed, as the group finally reaches their destination. The group arrives at a large old mansion, unsure if the spellcaster truly lives there. They cautiously enter the mansion, joking about the landlord possibly being a monster inside. Inside is a vast library filled with countless ancient books and knowledge, astonishing them. Despite the amazing collection, the mansion feels empty with no one visibly present inside. A woman wearing glasses suddenly appears, surprised by the unexpected visitors invading her quiet home. The group is observed through glasses by a sharp-eyed woman who carefully identifies them. The woman, named Sophia, is introduced as an eccentric who prefers solitude over company. Despite her aloofness, Sophia secretly has a special fondness for today's visitors, especially one. She invites them upstairs, hinting at willingness to discuss an important favor for Eagle. Sophia playfully insists a particular companion sit close, causing awkward tension among the group. Sophia calmly comforts the group while they discuss a mysterious magical illness called rouge disease. They question whether rouge disease is truly an illness or a spell affecting many adventurers. Sophia confirms she can heal it but warns that her help comes with a serious condition. The girls eagerly accept the condition to heal their mother, showing their determination and hope. Sophia reveals there is an important condition attached to her healing promise, creating tension. She affectionately embraces one girl, expressing an unusual kind of love like for Phi. The group learns Sophia's eccentric nature involves a problematic obsession with young girls. Sophia prepares to reveal the true nature of the condition through a magical collar related to Phi. Sophia reveals the collar's spell, a complex and ancient magic requiring careful handling to avoid danger. She explains the intricate language and risks of activating traps, increasing the spell's strength unintentionally. The group watches, impressed, as Sophia begins deciphering the curse to find a solution carefully. Sophia expresses affection towards the girl, preparing to demonstrate her healing capabilities with kindness. She warns the curse is from a monster, tangled deeply, and forcing removal could be fatal. Sophia promises to brew a potion to weaken the curse, showing confidence in her knowledge and skills. Eagle requests Sophia to break the seal on the mysterious and fabled God's Lake's door. Sophia agrees to travel to Eagle's country to address the twins' mother's situation personally. Eagle learns Sophia is a researcher, not an adventurer, and they sustain themselves differently. He discovers that adventurers receive rewards in this country, explaining the mixed adventurer population. Sophia explains some who enter the castle become fearful under a mysterious spell, causing concern. Eagle reveals he holds an S rank, surprising Sophia, while she worries about others waiting. Sophia advises Eagle to bring his friends close to protect them from possible threats. Eagle agrees to retrieve his companions, confident they are already being observed carefully. The group understands Eagle is the main target, indicating a larger scheme against him. A girl senses something is wrong at the castle, so she quickly hurries through the city. She is suddenly approached by another girl who questions her reason for rushing somewhere important. The mysterious girl introduces herself as Third Princess Eleanor Carl von Lunde Cornelia, revealing her noble status. Eleanor apologizes but bluntly asks if the girl is now a slave kept by Eagle. The girl is shocked and troubled by Eleanor's words, unsure how to respond to the accusation. The princess approaches a seated woman, Rudiana, confirming her identity in a quiet city park. Rudiana shows surprise that the princess knows her, hinting at a hidden plan disrupted. Eagle describes Rudiana as kind and protective, highlighting her importance beyond simple appearance. The younger girl questions Rudiana's identity once more, facing a tense moment of truth. The noblewoman confronts Rudiana again, demanding to reveal unknown truths about Egel's past. Rudiana refuses to discuss her history with Egel, showing her determination to move on. The noblewoman accuses Rudiana of pushing Egel toward danger, causing tension between them. Rudiana admits she believed Egel could survive the perilous situation, explaining her harsh decision. Egel reflects on his perceived weakness, but believes strength can grow for the sake of loved ones. Rudiana reveals she intended to challenge Egel to make him stronger through a difficult trial. The trial was for Egel to survive a relentless attack by a swarm of dangerous monsters. Egel's current defender angrily rejects Rudiana's harsh view, calling her intentions rotten and cruel. A powerful Egel stands firm against monstrous enemies, reflecting the growth Rudiana hoped for. Rudiana embraces her controversial actions as a form of love. Proud of her tough method, Rudiana insists her twisted love strengthened Egel, sparking his growth from a weak boy. She claims distance from loved ones fuels strength. As Egel grew stronger after their separation, Rudiana angrily attacks those around Egel, calling them pests who weaken his true potential. She accuses them of holding Egel back, forcing him into a lazy and unambitious life. The accusation paints the group as decaying influences, harming Egel's chance for greatness. Rudiana claims she is the only one whom Egel truly loves, denying others significance. She challenges the other woman to see Egel herself, insisting his love belongs to her. Rudiana explains Egel's deep-rooted love, convinced he will always return to her side. Suddenly, the other woman notices a distinctive sweet scent, signaling something unusual nearby. She suspects the scent is a professional tactic, used to captivate Egel unnoticed. The woman confidently claims Egel's return is guaranteed by the power of her charm. The other fiercely rejects this, insisting their genuine love surpasses any false emotion or charm. Suddenly, the confident woman grabs her, preparing to confront her with a harsh truth. She mocks the other by suggesting their repeated actions make them no different at all. The confident woman further accuses Egel's love for the other as possibly just another fake. The younger woman struggles physically, rejecting the accusation while the older one asserts dominance. Tears fill her eyes, showing her deep emotional pain and sense of helplessness. The older woman leaves, asking for a message to be delivered to Egel before departing. She promises to wait for Egel at a meaningful place from their shared past. A man named Egel firmly rejects seeing Rudiana, determined to focus on resolving urgent matters ahead. Egel prioritizes dispelling dangerous threats to protect loved ones, setting revenge aside as a past burden. Surrounded by his loyal group, he realizes family is not blood, but the bonds they share. Plans to leave at night are made, wary of easy victories and unseen dangers lurking. An armed force approaches the building, signaling an imminent clash as tension rises silently outside. Egel confirms they are surrounded by adventurers, sealing all exits except the road to the castle. He explains some enemies are manipulated, determined not to harm them, and plans to use his power. Despite obstacles, Egel insists they will keep moving forward, staying close to his trusted companions. The group enters an enormous hall guarded by a towering armored statue, preparing for what comes next. Inside the Grand Palace, Egel's group confronts a mysterious figure who welcomes them, signaling a pivotal encounter. Egel recognizes Rudiana, surprised by her appearance dressed as a maid after all this time. Rudiana taunts Egel playfully, but he firmly rejects their past connection, determined to move forward. She questions Egel's feelings as he declares his commitment to protect those he deeply loves. Rudiana channels powerful magic, challenging Egel to begin everything anew despite his protests and struggle. Egel recoils from the attack while Rudiana ascends the stairs, pressing him to confront her. Egel is overwhelmed by voices questioning his rejection of true love, creating inner conflict and doubt. Sophia and Decode rush to Egel's aid as he struggles with mental and emotional distress. Decode analyzes the enemy's power, revealing she can manipulate others without casting any visible spells. Decode prepares a counter technique, intending to overwrite the enemy's abilities and turn the tide. Rudiana warns others to stay back, insisting she and Egel handle the confrontation without interference. Suddenly, intense vibrations shake the palace, catching everyone off guard, signaling imminent destruction. The giant armored statue begins to break apart, large debris falling around the group inside. The massive statue fully collapses, proving its size and strength despite being brittle and old. The colossal golem awakens, towering over the group as they prepare for unpredictable assault. The group debates whether Rudiana controls the golem magically. No visible spell is detected. The golem attacks, smashing the floor while the group narrowly evades its powerful swings. A warrior leaps to stab the golem's joint, noting it was originally a junk piece. A figure named Skyscraper approaches, readying to confront the massive mechanical opponent directly. Fi strikes the golem fiercely, impressing the group. As the battle inside the palace intensifies, Nine Tails, a cursed beast tied by blood, emerges to assist Fi against the golem. The fox-like creature attacks the golem's armor, revealing the curse's power influencing the fight. Researchers explain the curse and decide to join the battle, urging Luna to hurry. The team, determined and ready, prepares to fight together, aiming to return safely home. Fi launches a powerful arrow attack named Rain Shot aimed at the giant golem. The golem reacts swiftly, trying to defend against the incoming barrage from the attacking team. Light bombs explode near the golem, released by angelic figures to maximize damage output. The explosions hit the golem hard, revealing the presence of a hidden spell within it. Luna confirms the spell is concealed within the golem's technique, explaining the mysterious control. Eagle remains under a powerful spell, struggling as Rudiana's influence grows stronger, affecting his will. Rudiana and Egel's allies show their determination to resist, refusing to give up on him. Despite Egel's resistance, Rudiana continues to hold control, using calm persistence to break his defenses. The tension rises as Rudiana tests Egel's steadfastness, drawing him deeper into a complex emotional struggle. Their encounter reveals vulnerability and conflict beneath the surface, leaving the outcome uncertain and charged with emotion. The woman uses her charm to deepen Egel's emotional confusion and weaken his resolve further. Her presence grows more demanding, pushing Eagle into a vulnerable and conflicted state of mind. Other characters observe the effect, expressing concern and urging Eagle to resist the influence. An expert reveals the source of manipulation is not magic control, but an illusionist scent technique. The group realizes the lingering scent affected them all, explaining their shared vulnerability to the spell. The group realizes the Colossus and its attack were illusions hiding a powerful, unseen spell. Illusions created by an expert are highly convincing, blurring the line between reality and magic. The illusionist reveals newfound strength, declaring readiness to break the spell controlling Eagle together. The team, united and determined, prepares to lift Egel's curse and restore his true self. A gigantic golem, constructed with heavy armor and machinery, bursts apart under immense attack and pressure. The group watches cautiously as the golem's movements suddenly halt, revealing a powerful illusion at work. Their knowledge explains illusions shield spells by transmitting magic through brain phantoms, enabling protected movement. They deduce the spell resides inside the Colossus, safeguarded by illusions that help it avoid enemy attacks. Faced with uncertainty, they realize destroying the entire golem is necessary to break the hidden spell inside. A young woman, determined and anxious, prepares to use her strongest holy magic to attack the Colossus. Her companions recognize the risk but recall her magic's power from defeating a fearsome red dragon. Warnings are voiced about borrowing immense magic power, fearing danger if she fails this difficult task. Despite worries, her friends support her decision, emphasizing their bond as a chosen family and team. With weapons ready and resolve firm, the group rallies together, committed to supporting her critical mission. The young woman expresses heartfelt gratitude to her companions before the battle begins. Her friend reassures her with confidence, promising they will return home safely together. The group rushes forward as the massive Colossus moves into attack position. The woman struggles to control her powerful magic, realizing she can't do it alone. She finds determination, inspired to answer everyone's support with her full strength. The massive Colossus strikes fiercely, forcing the group to leap away quickly to avoid damage. The golem, frustrated and aggressive, pounds the ground, searching for its attackers across the battle area. Warnings are shouted as the Colossus becomes more dangerous, urging Sana to escape immediately. A precise arrow shot strikes the Colossus, creating a critical opening for their continued assault. Luna bravely confronts the Colossus, protecting Sana and ensuring her chance to complete the mission. The woman casts a powerful spell called Holy Judgment, radiating intense light while praying. The spell erupts into a massive explosion, striking the Colossus with overwhelming force and energy. The Colossus disintegrates under the attack, its shattered pieces falling apart in a burst of destruction. The surrounding area returns to normal, revealing a broken pillar and confirming the spell's success. As the dust settles, companions embrace Sana, expressing pride and relief for her triumph. A fierce woman appears, angry that her powerful spell was broken by the group's attack. She challenges them, narrowing her eyes and pointing a sword threateningly at one of her foes. Suddenly, a shadowy figure named Eagle approaches, standing silently behind the shocked young woman. Eagle confronts the surprised woman, his sword pointed at her protectively as tension rises. The angry woman declares Eagle is now under her control, boasting about capturing an S-rank warrior. She mocks the woman beside Eagle, questioning how she obtained power stronger than the leader's vessel. The woman demands Eagle kill the girl. Trying to assert control over the dangerous situation, Eagle hesitates, conflicted as the girl pleads for her life, claiming to belong to their group. Eagle rejects harming the girl, emphasizing mutual protection over violence despite threats from enemies. He then casts spell capture, successfully binding the enemy's magic with glowing chains of energy. A companion explains the spell's effect, revealing the hidden magic within the destroyed colossus to weaken. The girl pleads earnestly for Eagle to resist the illusion and return to their side. Despite her warnings, the antagonist attacks Eagle, who prepares to confront both foes amid the chaos. Eagle defiantly declares he is leaving, rejecting the woman's control and love claims. She angrily commands him to live for her, emphasizing her desperation and possessive demands. Both clash violently, exchanging powerful sword strikes that shatter the surrounding environment. The battle intensifies with swift, aggressive attacks as neither side yields in this confrontation. Eagle gains the upper hand, knocking the woman back with a strong counterattack. The woman questions Eagle's strength despite being trapped in her phantom world, showing her frustration. Eagle refuses to live for the woman, declaring he will never belong to her again. Rudiana launches a powerful attack, attempting to overwhelm Eagle in their intense confrontation. Eagle struggles as the illusion threatens to consume him, barely holding on to consciousness. The girl reminds Eagle of their shared past, recalling the moment he first saw her at auction. Eagle is urged to remember the past and look closely at the girl's face. Inside Eagle's eye, the girl's image reflects, reminding him of their connection and shared history. Suddenly, a dramatic scene unfolds as the girl crashes through a glass window, breaking the illusion. Eagle and the antagonist both react in shock, recognizing the sudden interference in the phantom world. Eleanor embraces Eagle tightly, promising never to let him go again, ending the confrontation. The woman angrily condemns the intruder for destroying her phantom world and claims Eagle belongs to her. She transforms into a monstrous form, charging aggressively with a fierce battle cry of possession. Eagle firmly rejects her, stating he has chosen a happier life with his true companions. The battle erupts with powerful sword strikes and magical energy flying through the chaotic space. Eagle thanks Eleanor for her help, signaling their fight is not over yet but hope remains. A woman kneels and pleads with Eagle to forgive and start their relationship over again. Eagle, shocked and angry, questions her identity, uncertain about her true intentions and past. Rudiana insists Eagle has always loved her, trying to convince him with desperation and tears. Eagle and his companion confront Rudiana as she angrily prepares to attack again with magic. A fierce battle erupts between Rudiana and the others, both sides fiercely fighting for control. A holy power stone is discovered, revealing the mysterious source of Rudiana's abnormal abilities. Rudiana proudly announces her discovery of the power stone but refuses to reveal where she found it. Rudiana insists she can seize the holy power stone by force, even if it costs her life. She suddenly dashes forward, refusing to give up, determined to reclaim what she believes is hers. A massive dragon materializes violently, shattering the surroundings and surprising everyone present. The appearance of the dragon alarms Rudiana as intimidating minotaur-like figures join the tense scene. Eagle demands answers, commanding Rudiana to surrender and reveal the truth behind the chaos. The woman reveals she is not Rudiana but created an illusion to manipulate Eagle's feelings. She explains her noble background and past connection to Eagle, implying a deeper, hidden story. She recalls visiting Eagle's mansion frequently, hinting at a prior relationship with him and Rudiana. Eagle reflects on how their playful past made life difficult for others around them. Her family's downfall led to a mysterious man giving her a power stone to start anew. She shows Eagle a ring, promising wealth and status if he agrees to serve her. Rudiana aggressively demands to know the man's location, accusing him of turning her into a slave. She reveals the man ordered her to eliminate Eagle as part of his dirty work. The woman explains using illusions to approach Eagle again after Rudiana's disappearance during training. She admits betting Eagle wouldn't survive the trials, but he grew stronger and returned successfully. She triumphantly declares winning the bet, holding the holy power stone to capture Eagle's allegiance. Suddenly, the Holy Power Stone shatters, revealing the dangerous cost of its overwhelming power. The woman crumbles into fragments, confessing she was merely used to test this power's limits. Eagle questions the identities of the mysterious figures linked to godlike forces behind the scenes. Left in silence, Eagle and his companions stand amid destruction, pondering the true enemies ahead. Eagle recovers from his wounds thanks to healing magic, reassuring his companions of his strength. The group discusses how the woman resembled Rudiana but explains the real Rudiana has black hair.